Hello. Hold on. Sorry. I'm in agony today. Right, we have some things to
I
talk
think
about today
everybody
first.
loves ZETA. I think
Um right. Yes, there are some things to talk about today. One, oh my god, I am in agony. I am in absolute agony. I slept wrong. Something's wrong with my shoulder, and Sonder isn't playing apparently. Well, that's not ideal. Something wrong with my shoulder. I slept on it wrong and it absolutely kills. I've also still got my cough. Um, thoughts on Australians? They're alright, I suppose. For what they are. Just need to make sure I've got the YouTube chat on this. Is it 2 games today? Yes, but that's the second part of the news. I will be going to watch the NFL at 6 p.m. So I'm going to be watching till 6 p.m. Which means 3 maps. Now that could be over 1 game. It could be over 2 games, right? Depends how it goes. We don't know. But we shall see. Yes, I am leaving. This is the one day that I'm leaving. Okay, I didn't leave the football. I watched all of the games. Okay, on that day, so you can shut up about that. Oh my god, I can't even sit back in my chair. It hurts that much. My neck is gonna be craned. You left? Yeah, after all the games were done, after it was finished. It was already done. God. I'm going to be craning my neck this way the whole day because it hurts so much, man. It's crazy how much it hurts. Just from sleeping kind of wrong. I am getting old. Anyway, map veto. Go on, I'll give you a map veto. I'll give you a fucking map veto. It's an elimination game as well. FlyQuest. They banned Abyss. They didn't get a ban there. They banned Haven there. Let's fuck it. Stick with Abyss. Say just both teams will ban whatever they banned the first time. Unless you banned Abyss, you banned Pearl. Say they banned Pearl. You lost Bind and Ascent 9-3. I mean, banning Pearl is pretty good for you. Sunset seems like a decent choice for FlyQuest here, considering they won it. ZETA. What will they pick? Maybe Ascent. Let's say Ascent. And then FlyQuest ban. What was the first map that they lost on? Pretty heavy. Oh, that was Pearl. And then they lost Split close. I don't think they'll see Split as a bad choice. So not Split. Could be Bind. What did they ban here? They banned Bind there. So let's say they banned Bind here. And ZETA have a choice of Split or what's the other map? Haven. What did you ban? You banned Abyss there. You were happy to play Haven, so let's say you banned Split. And we play Haven. Okay, there's my map veto.
Server, like always watching our scrims and everything as a sub, so she knows exactly like what the game plan is, and she has amazing mid-round comms to pick up what Diana would have.
Yeah, and for those people that don't really aren't very familiar with Lace, what kind of role can we expect her to play today? Is this a 1-for-1 with Sonda?
We'll see. We'll see what Lace is gonna play. We might pull a few tricks out of the bag. But yeah, Lace is an absolutely amazing player. She could literally
Use a
play
neck
any
pillow?
single role, and she'd probably be better than you.
It's like
So
deep in my back though. It's like
really
underneath my shoulder. I don't think a neck pillow would help.
I can't wait to see it. Good luck today.
Ball sack meat. Fucking hell. Only the best come to the TMV stream. Thank you, Thinky Man's Jiggly Wigglies, for the gifted to ball sack meat.
we are expecting with that maybe there
Wonderful.
are changes, and this is probably going to go.
Did I catch the Carmi Code game yesterday? I had Sideshow stream on in the
Veto is
background.
going to be taken as, because of course they knew this.
How did
This
it
is
go?
taken into
I wasn't really
consideration.
paying that
As
much
you say,
attention,
it's
to be honest.
elimination, so I want to see maybe some twists
They
and
beat
turns.
Koi.
I would love, honestly, to be seeing her playing on the Phoenix. Why not?
Yeah, you
13-10.
think maybe we get a Pearl out? You think it will be the one-to-one
So
swap?
Getsu on
Since it's
Omen.
maybe
That's
ambitious,
interesting.
We were looking at the stats
I mean, it
earlier,
makes
which she
sense if
played
Elite's going to be playing
one time
Cypher.
a Phoenix, 2 times Arena. I think one
But
Yoru as well. So
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
not
Interesting
certain that it
nonetheless.
will be quite the easy
I saw Martin
solution
kind of
in
int
those
a couple of
matchups.
rounds.
Well, before we start talking Asian comps, we spoke to Dodonut about what went wrong
Great
in
debut
this
for
Omen
Fly.
player moment against Sipto Esports.
Hi.
Who do I think will win? Well, I was going to say FlyQuest, but now they're playing with a sub, so...
And I'm the duelist. Honestly, I'm not too bummed out losing to Sipto. First match was definitely slow. We were just kind of getting warmed, and that was
So I don't know.
first match.
I'd still say
Ever.
maybe FlyQuest are favorites, but I don't know about their sub.
Second map, we did everything we were supposed to do. We played like how we do in
Have you
Spain.
considered shaving your head? You'll look more
Third
British. Why would I
match,
want to do that?
Step foot off the gas a little, and we just losing to ourselves. Minor stuff.
Like we're straight up middle getting rid
So yeah, 6 p.m. hard deadline.
On the other side of things,
Don't care what any of you say.
I didn't come into this tournament with much expectation. I think as a team, we're just trying to have fun and play our best. I feel like playing and having fun is the key, because if you're too focused and just too stressed out, you're just gonna like.
So game should
stress
start
yourself.
pretty soon. Sleeping Slaughter, thanks for the 10 months as well.
Have fun.
Who is the
When we
best
went
team in
at the end
this?
when we were losing, we still having fun.
I think most people would probably tell you that it is this team here, Shopify Rebellion.
That will affect our gameplay a lot. But we're just gonna have
I
fun.
think
we have to have
It's
fun.
probably Shopify 1. I think most people probably put G2 2, but G2 didn't look that convincing yesterday. It looked a bit sloppy. Then you've got
Well, now we are
Zipto,
minutes
who are
away
pretty
from
good.
Asian Select, so now we can talk about
I'm not
Asian
clicking on
comps,
that.
Mitch. Now we can look back at the comp that ZETA had to face against Crew on Bind specifically.
This is an elimination game tomorrow.
And you know, it's fair to
Whoever
say,
wins these
despite
games
being a
plays
close
again.
game as well, 13-9. I thought on power
So we got these
rankings
games,
alone that this
then
would be a
tomorrow is
quick and
these,
easy
then
one
there's a
against the
break.
side of ZETA. Then they came up against this composition. I was on the desk and I said, well, this one's done. You know, this is a situation where Visa.
So then we get a break. So tomorrow,
we are better.
we'll see Crew and
We are a better
Falcons
squad.
play
We're
whoever
gonna bring
wins
the
here.
Yoru, we're going to bring the Neon. The Neon
Then a break,
certainly
then-
worked. I think it was like 31 and
What's this,
17.
Wednesday?
And then even swapped out a fade for a Sky.
You got these
to make
two
sure there was
games.
that bit more in your face.
Pretty good
utility
games
for
on
them to work
Wednesday, it
with.
must be said.
And ZETA adapted to it perfectly. They played back, they let their opponents come to them and put them on the back foot with this crazy composition. That was a great adaptation
you
that I
got
didn't expect to
uppers.
see, and they were able to hold their own.
Oh, no, then you got
individually.
2
Well,
lowers,
that's the
then
thing with
these.
ZETA, right? Even though their compositions might not be
Final,
as
final.
adventurous, maybe not as experimental, you can't count them out ever.
Why-
were
why
always
is
known
Sonna
as,
not
like,
playing?
that comeback team, right?
Why am I
Even
leaving
though,
early?
You know, they had some struggle closing out
Because-
certain maps, certain
Well, I mean,
rounds.
one, I don't think I
You
could
couldn't
do a full
ever,
stream
ever
the way I
count them out,
feel.
Not even if the score was vastly in favor.
I
of
got my
them.
cough.
Yeah, exactly. I think
My
that there was
back
a lot
hurts
put on
more
the
than
table.
anything.
Again, you're going up against dogs, and she had a very, very
But then,
strong start of the matchup, and it's very difficult to adapt on the fly. Plus, it was the first time
I'm
on
watching
a
the
stage
NFL.
for most of the players in ZETA. So
Have you
again,
considered
we can
gambling all
make
your
this
money on
as
Shopify
excuses.
Rebellion?
They themselves said
I
that the
have not
pressure was
considered that.
getting the best out of them, and in this situation,
I'm not
right,
sexist.
that is what you need to focus on.
I reject
for
that
today's
premise.
matchup, because of course, you know, these compositions will happen again and will happen throughout the entire tournament.
Entire tournament, indeed. But first, it's time for the results of our MasterCard.
How much do you want to
Battle.
bet Riot
We
Games
asked
Arena's
which
empty
team
because
had the
everyone's
best
in
shot
Munich
at
to watch
making a
Giants
lower
versus
bracket
Panthers?
run,
Oh,
and everybody
no.
thinks it is indeed going to be FlyQuest Red, agreeing with Thea there with what she tweeted out earlier. They love lower bracket runs. This is their turf.
I'm
surprised anyone is there to see Panthers
Giants.
Shout out to you guys. And before we begin our
Ah.
we want to know your predictions without the copium, without everything else. So AD, what do you have for us? Let's see for like the whole broadcast team, in fact, all of our predictions. Whoa,
Okay,
what do you
let's
have for
see.
me?
Okay, a little,
another
this first game,
Zeta.
up and
I'm
down.
with you. I'm with you. We got, yeah, there's quite a number
You
coming
needed
out for
to
ZETA
see.
as
You
well.
needed to see what you put
Quite a
in
few
there
pickings
before you
there.
actually agreed with me.
Oh, no, I've been talking about ZETA
Only
all
a
day.
couple
I didn't
picking
even
ALG.
for the
That's
second
fair.
game. I wasn't sure.
Victoria's taking
Yeah.
the tank. Victoria's tanking this one. She has.
Oh, so am I. So
Yeah,
we
you-
have
you
to
both
do
Wait,
it.
Mitch
We
and
have
Tom
to
are
do
there.
it
Were they
for
there
Ginny
before?
And for Muffin. But hey, Who knows, right? That could be very, very interesting. So we do have, of course, you know, our favorites in this match, and we do have, you know, I'm so prepared to be surprised.
Do I think
Especially
they'll
since, you know, you
torturing
have
the
last
Germans with
Blitz
bad
coming in as
football
well, so,
games?
you know, who knows what you're gonna expect.
I mean, they haven't
Yeah,
had
for,
great teams, but the thing
teams,
is, like,
if,
the
you know,
NFL,
those most of prediction.
this is something that, again, you often see it, like, anytime you go in a thread of, like, the Americans talking about, like, oh, they shouldn't play games in Europe, whatever. The thing is, if Panthers Giants was on in America, the stadium would be, what, maybe a quarter full? If that. But in Germany, it's going to be sold out. Like, that's the difference, right? You can afford to ship the shit teams to Europe and people will still go. In America, no one would be there. Jesus Christ. This is the most pain I've been in for some time. Just from sleeping slightly wrong. I mean, that is a sign of getting old.
First time, but ZETA have FlyQuest Red's number.
After the first series, my first stage experience, we learned a lot. I'm gonna bring that into the next one, and we're gonna be great.
ZETA played some fantastic rounds, but how can
TMV build a GC dream team. For me it's Floor Melnoy Mimi Kamiu.
Obviously you're taking Floor. I think Mela's IGL is probably correct. Man, that's tough though. Just mix G2 and SR? No, I think the Zipto players have a chance for sure. I think quite a few of them. I think it's really close. Neuer is a decent. I mean, but like Alexis is so good. Neuer's so good. But like, these are also really good. I think it would probably be from those three teams. I'm not sure you would. But then again, I mean, I don't know. Maybe SRN. It didn't have an amazing debut, but just based off like some of the things that they were doing in the Brazilian qualifiers, like you might consider SRN as well. So I don't know. I think it's closer than you might think. Obviously, Floor I think is the obvious choice, and Mel would probably be your obvious IGL. But after that, I think there would be a strong debate, right? You'd probably be looking at Amy. Maybe you're probably looking at Amy, Vanya. You're probably looking at really any of Aniri, Alexi, Shirazi, and Camus on their day. And then obviously anyone from Shopify, really, you could probably make an argument for as well. So, I don't know. I think that's a very difficult question. What, did I mute this on this? Why is there no sound? Okay, there you go. God, I was very confused then. I come back, that is like the worst thing that could have happened. You come back and there's just no audio. And it's like not me. Starts going dark here so early these days. Look at it, it's 3 already and it's already quite dark. You know most of the UK, so far 10 days into November, most areas of the UK so far in November have had 3 or less hours of sunlight. How fucking crazy is that? It's been cloudy every day for 10 days straight. All day. That is crazy, isn't it? 0 out of 7? What, did they do it? Right, here's the map, Vito. Pearl and Abyss, correct. Ah, Haven, unlucky. Sunset, correct. Split, correct. Bind, correct. Oh, let's go. Little 5 out of 7. Let's fucking go.
favor Sunset, for example.
Who will win? It's actually a good question. I would have said FlyQuest Red for sure will win, but they're playing with a sub. So that makes it a little more unknown.
We'll talk about as a duelist.
Why sub? I actually don't know. If someone does know, let me know.
Suzu was able to shut Dodds down.
So I actually don't know.
That was somewhere that she had commanding lead over early duels.
So that makes this one quite hard to predict, because it wasn't like ZETA were actually a bit better than I thought they'd be in their first game against Crew.
Let's think about that map number 1, right? That Haven. It is not one of the preferred maps.
But to be honest, FlyQuest were also. I still think FlyQuest will win though.
A FlyQuest that has not played it that much.
I still think the rest of the team, like, cause Sonda isn't their duelist anymore. It's not like Sonda was playing like a hard carry role and you're having to replace a hard carry. Like they were playing. Sonda was playing like, you know, Breach and. No, the IGL is Thea.
Because for ZETA, they've only played twice this year. So
okay, we got a bit of a comp change, it looks like. Playing the kind of normal meta shit.
What are you guys thinking of these compositions?
I mean, I see no Phoenix, right? But I love to see the Neon. We were talking
God,
about
yeah, they were playing Astra Phoenix before. That's sad.
She is. I'm surprised.
So yeah, just sticking with a Breach.
Going to move away from the Astra because I think that Thea was brilliant on the Agent, and I think that the combination between Breach and Neon is going to be an absolute menace. And somehow we ended up with a mirror matchup.
Well,
God, we're all entering Avatar state. What's this?
This elimination match, and it is time to send it over to your casters. Here's Uber and Wyatt.
Oh, Astra or Omen on Haven? Great question. Because most people will tell you pick Omen, but statistically Astra has always dominated Omen on Haven. Even the 4-star Astra was... The win rate was good for even 4-star Astra. So, most people would say Omen. I might say Astra, just based off the numbers. I think the Astra Author defense is really good. But it's not like Omen is bad. Omen is also good. Or Astra and Omen, yes. There you go. Now you're cooking.
FlyQuest Red starting on the attack side here, folks. It's Haven for our first map.
So FlyQuest on the attack. I think an aggro C play.
They're going to get plenty of information. You are though forced to back away, and already, oh buddy,
wow.
Dodo Nut strikes. You couldn't pull herself off the side.
It's going to be full retake. They broke this trip, so they should know this is a possibility, but... Wow, Starbound reads it. This should be a free kill. 3v4, but we only have, what, Omen Flash? You got 2 smokes?
Moko does have a paranoia at the very least.
See the fault
I
line
think you
being lined up
smoke
here for
this.
Lace, though. Plenty of that breach util to work with.
Okay.
It's gonna make it hard for ZETA to get in, but they've got
Gotta
to go
go.
for it. Serena out in front here. They're gonna
Nice
try
flash.
the paranoia. It's a perfect
Oh,
connection.
just... Whoa, what? You don't get either?
Strike them down. Lace deals with Moko comfortably enough. FlyQuest are off to quite the start.
Okay, good start for FlyQuest.
Crucially, Dodo Nut, just speaking a bit heading into this about GC3. Fly had a bit of a downturn after almost being Shopify earlier in the year in a BO5. Dodo Nut has always been one of the top duelists that we've got in the NA scene. And now looking rejuvenated on the Neon, which they're picking up just for this tournament.
So ZETA stack C.
Okay, good start from
They don't
FlyQuest.
make the right call. They have to rotate in late. That's the pistol out of the way. Dodo Nut's already gone up to a Guardian, though.
And looking at the map, we're seeing from ZETA on the opposite side, A, which will something we'll see a lot of from both
The
teams.
assistant coach go? I
lobby
don't know.
control using the breach and the Neon. Of course, they are just gamble stacking here too on the anti-eco. Fly are going to get this free C site.
Maybe needed a shit.
Serendipity that
Pretty
Lace
much
is
shit.
with FlyQuest out here in Berlin. As she sort of says on
We've all been there.
A bit of the assistant coach.
Very
It's been around
nervous.
also
I don't
spent
know.
time in the
Let's
GC
not talk about
roster
shit again.
out there in California, so very much still primed and ready to jump into a big game like this. Dodo Nut will just hold for contact here. Sees one.
Got Chamber on Haven.
As Arco tries to slip
You know,
through.
again, we could talk stats wise. Back in the day, Haven was Chamber's best map statistically. You know when Chamber was like OP? Like his win rate on Haven was absurd. It was like 75% or something. It was crazy high.
Dangerous ultimate to have in the hands of.
Now, would the new, would this version of Chamber be that high? Probably not.
Yesterday, despite losing that series, you know, on
Still,
Sunset, dropped 26 kills, dominant.
the problem with they're always going to have this problem with Chamber is they can't keep buffing it because eventually it's just going to take over rank. But I think honestly,
like that was her first land showing, right? In that previous game for FlyQuest, she has pretty low.
the game has kind of, I think, also moved past Chamber a little bit. Of like, people are just good against playing against, like, people would be better at playing against, like, if you brought, like, let's say they brought a new agent to the game and it was old Chamber. People would, obviously it would still be very strong, right? I'm not going to say it wouldn't be. But people, I think, would be better at dealing with it. Especially with the current Neon meta as well. Like, you know, a Neon is not easy for a Chamber to deal with. Even the old Chamber would struggle, I think, with some. Well, I'll mute that for you. So we're going to get a 5v5 retake. We'll watch this one with no sound, I think, as they're going for the retake, but it's not there. Holy, FlyQuest. Dominating.
For ZETA, this comp also excels at just stuffing the retakers in the choke. That is the dynamic. It's great for getting back in, but that fault line that you eat in main, and when you're trying to get out of
great start for FlyQuest.
Crossfire setup in the site. Nicely.
So again, just
textbook stuff. They are playing
little TMV Valorant philosophy. Don't play retake. Don't play retake unless you've got a big ult. Just statistically, it's not for you. Even against worse guns. Taking space, not easy.
And like you mentioned, they really are playing to their
it was Lace. Lace is their sub. Sunder's not playing.
Set pieces, pre-planned things that they can just work together on in, you know, scrims offline. The things that they can really get down in
this is ZETA's pick as well.
Like a dry run a lot, right?
Yeah, a lot of dry runs, right?
FlyQuest though, maybe showing ZETA they're playing for retake isn't a sustainable approach to the game.
Bob Sauce, don't make me ban you.
We're going to see a big mix-up from ZETA, but in the future they might have to play ahead of these sites. Still, that trip is still up. Shockdart doesn't end up clearing it. Dodona is going to end up
should be a kill.
To the site with a relay bolt. Down to 44 already though. Fault line comes in through the direction, and Moko is going to emerge from Garage. Finds the SWAT for now. Susie tries to stand her ground on the side, but Arco's also going to be bowled over. And ZETA with the weaker weaponry don't have much of a say in this argument until UR finds 3. Almost,
Jesus.
But not quite. Players having to close the round.
Outrageous from UR, certainly a standout in ZETA's series that they had against Crew, and that will get the.
I remember talking to Elevate a while back when he was working with the Ascent Game Changers team, and he was saying that one thing that they had to try and convince the Ascent players to do was that because all the Game Changers players are trying to prove that they're good and they can aim, they pick guns like the Sheriff, like more than, you know, like a you know, like a male pro team would, because they're trying to prove themselves that they can aim. And he was trying to say, like, he had to try and convince them to be like, no, just buy a fucking Stinger. The Stinger's OP. You're trying to win.
And again, look to be more proactive on the A side of the map, but unfortunately they've made the wrong stack decision. We're headed over to C, folks.
Again, we've got a full retake C.
Paranoia did come through. I think there might have been a team flash there from Thea, but still, FlyQuest have the site.
Due to those UR kills mentioned before, there is that Hunter's Fury, an opportunity to, well, it looks like just trying to find one. Not really a tool being used to re-enter the site, but
wow, they found Thea. Okay, there's no smokes as well, so that's quite tough now. So you might want to get proactive if you're FlyQuest. Oh, is that self-stun?
They are mowing ZETA Division down. It's the third for Starbound, and Arco has a flash to work with. At least gets the kill and sets up the 1 versus 1, but Lace will have gone back towards C long. In a safe post-plant position with a fault line to work with.
The substitute already in a high-pressure situation early in the game, but
has Aftershock.
So talented.
There you go.
There it is. Okay. I like the fact
and
that
wins the 1v1. I mean, the Aftershock just didn't wait.
Where to put it, but Lace is happy to take the fight.
I do like how ZETA played that round, though. That Hunter's Fury delaying the plant allowed all of those stack players on A to.
I think your Cypher here has to stay on site. You have to be brave as the Cypher there.
And that is a really crucial timing window playing against this mirror match. Because while it does excel at retakes, in those situations like we saw earlier on A, when the attacking...
So there, I think if you're... I mean, at least that time they did have a big ult, and they did find a kill off it. It's a good call by FlyQuest to then get proactive, right? You have no smokes. Letting them just run out is probably gonna not be great for you, to be honest. So I like their play there, FlyQuest, of saying like, let's just fight them. Let's just, you know, try and take the initiative. Try and just really stop them, like, from even getting onto the site. That was a clever idea. Good call by FlyQuest. Good mid-rounding. Mid-rounding, late rounding, I guess. But yeah, I think if you're playing this style of like, hey, we're gonna play heavy retake, your Cypher has to be willing to stay on C. Like, you have to be willing to put down this cage, put down a smoke here, or even like a cage one side, smoke the other side, and hold the back side. You can't give up all of the site. You have to be willing to hold on to some space. Like, they're going for a lot of these kind of aggressive 4-1 type strats, but you have to be willing to hold on to the space at least somewhat. So again, we got all sheriffs and a bulldog.
And there is that dark cover thrown actually from Garage. You know, the Omen doesn't necessarily have to be playing with them. This is just a sheriff buy, however, for ZETA.
Turnaround is more than having to take the fight. Suzu gets aggressive behind the fast lane. Very, very deep.
Oh, didn't see him.
There's no Starbound is waiting. But Arco in the meantime finds an aftershock kill, and Lace tries to just crouch down and find the kill. Arco wins it out. These sheriffs,
they're low
really
though.
going to work, singing.
You have breach ult if you need.
And they've got a 3 versus 1 to work with.
It's a kill.
And that is a fantastic shock dart from Ev, who stepped into this roster to actually
I like this.
replace
Just
Lace,
get away
which she was
from the
injured
action.
back in stage 2. Massive shoes to fill. First,
just be unpredictable. Like, there's no reason that you would necessarily be down this way. Probably think that you're out here.
In mid, all that util coming out the wave of
Oh,
it
you're
that
just
just
gonna
caught
walk up
Fly
B.
completely off guard in that transitional moment.
Should
when
hear
they were
that, though.
walking from grass, trying to gain control.
They play off Suzu's space cream.
Should get a gun here though. That's big.
Suzu obviously
You use this ult hit, by the way, here.
She gets accosted by Starbound.
If you ever figure out where they are with the drone and the dart, and you should drone and dart here as well. The only way you lose is...
The rolling thunder should just commit it to
Oh.
up.
Ev is still hidden. They're sitting in the back of the site.
I shot them.
Swings it. That is sharp.
Okay, ZETA on the board. No, I mean, an interesting set play. Camera here. Kind of full mid crunch.
When the big team play success came in, they already had at least a few rounds to play with. The deficit wasn't too bad. That was a great play out of the timeout.
UR as well goes for that sort of exploration through sewer. Ends up being in the right place at the right time. Beautiful turnaround on that Thrifty.
Devious giggles. And look, this is the round that...
Okay, that does give him a bit of money. We're gonna use Neon ult.
Just a ton of ultimates to work with. Nice that
Again, it looks like more mid aggro.
Works out so nicely.
This time now might be a fast hit for FlyQuest as they look to get into a long. Moko playing up close. They've actually pushed forwards here. They get brought down. You are also coming forward now, and before Starbound gets the ping, UR's upon them.
So they used that breach ult as well.
She's not going to stop moving for anyone. I think she realizes that FlyQuest have snuck this one over to C.
Interesting to see, honestly, out of the timeout that ZETA had 2 big aggressive strats to come out with. This one unfortunately not working. Akko would have to come up with a huge clutch here. That dark cover should just certify the FlyQuest win. No hope.
Okay, big win for FlyQuest. This might be an eco again now.
From ZETA Division, this is not stylistically typical of them. They are trying to mix in some of these aggressive plays, and we saw them try this against Zipto as well in that Pacific game. Doesn't go so well this round as FlyQuest are kind of ready for it.
They do, yeah, they will have these big set pieces like this. It's more of the casual aggression that I feel that they're often lacking.
Do you want to see some more passive aggressiveness?
That's not particularly.
Okay.
That is something that they don't often go for. Those
Neon
kind of
judging
moments
gouge.
were working a lot more often for them regionally, and occasionally against Zipto in the Pacific qualifier as well.
Ooh, relay bolt again catches UR.
Dota not really going for it. They're gonna speed up now.
UR with a hero rifle on this site, but connected onto the Rolling Thunder rifle. And
Wow, saw the gun.
They know. And that's 2 kills coming out of Sewer here. ZETA are going to be forced. like it or not, into a retake scenario. They're trying to get ahead of this dark cover, but Lace just sprays through. Here's the relay bolt slide out there from Suzu. It's only good for one.
Okay, FlyQuest looking strong.
To string multiple rounds together, their economy
Not missing a beat.
FlyQuest are looking inspired today. Genuinely playing so well off of each other, off of the utility. Really the standout aspect for me right now is the team play. Covering all of these angles together, so effective at the scaling as a unit. They're not leaving each other to really get caught in these situations.
They just look very decisive here, FlyQuest.
Fundamentals are looking rock solid.
That breach util from Lace, absolutely filthy.
Now, Lace also brings the good vibes,
Yeah,
I will say that. Brings
We've got
the
a Cypher up.
to the team.
Operator in Serena's hand. Early shoulder pick there, nothing for it. She's going to stand in the middle of the fast lane. Okay, might need to duck and dodge around this one. Pinged and forced down to the back of the site through the dark cover, and she gets away. Here's a Hunter's Fury. But again, no concrete information to play off of this with, so it is
Just getting a bit of delay here. Oh, nice flash. That should be a kill.
To that prior round, it will allow the rotates to come from Zeta, but they're not in position to flood with the spike going down.
And they can't play off the trap wire there either. Good swing from Serena, but there's more to do. Godin up, pushing up at the spawn. Gets one that's going to be all she can really ask for now, being as low as she is. And Serena, passive angle, catches late through the side of the box. Now 3 versus 3, and Suzu
it's crazy.
to get involved. Spotted out, catches Star battle, 1-for-1. Suzu, beautifully done. Now it's on Ev, and Suzu gets a third. Stunning retake for Zeta.
Really starting.
That was a chaotic round there.
In this lower bracket.
Fast and furious.
Danger of a repeat with her stint with Fennel back in 2022.
I like that there was a lot of pressure coming from this Cypher. Like, the Cypher created a lot of pressure just on their own with this off. And so the focus from FlyQuest was heavy on Garage, it felt like, you know, as these 3 are flooding out from CT.
Look at that. Coach Ryota, every reason to get excited. Jovi with a Boostio impression, I like that. Chairs optional.
Such a contrast we're seeing from
Okay, big round though again for Zeta, like must win, otherwise Eco is bad again.
In their confidence, which is something that they were succumbing to regionally when they played in the final against Zipto. Not the case here. Even higher stakes.
So again, sticking with the Cypher up down C.
Get to them at all.
Which again, I actually don't mind. I actually think I prefer that than the Neon upping. To be honest, I think the Neon needs to be zipping around the map and being aggressive.
Moko with the eyes on the all-important sewer part of the map. It should be spotted out by Ev.
Because now, if this exec comes in, the Neon's going to be able to get there and make a difference.
From Akko, if the hit comes in, will be,
you know, rather than just holding an angle.
Maybe you are able to get a free pick off of it.
I don't like what they see, FlyQuest. Okay,
FlyQuest running a little fake, a little
Akko on the other side of that
sacrifice play. Don't love that.
Winning it out with the Guardian of all things, but Fly are headed elsewhere. They're off to sea.
Yeah, this was all just a fake with their Cypher.
Nice
Serena again with this defensive operator. And now they can just fully play for retake Zeta. Just group up. Go for one of those big set pieces that they're typically good at. Another try.
Saw one planting, didn't see the other though.
In position. There's a catch here on Uara timing for Lace. Sova now down. Much rests on Thea here, sitting towards C. Long, but Zendovic are only just now getting into this seaside and trying to clear it. Thea with a TP, cancels it, doesn't see any information back towards spawn. There's someone on the spike, she knows it. Suzu on the defuse, she's sticking it.
Just sticks it.
Just suck it all the way through.
Those bullets were so close, those first ones as well.
Now we're cooking.
Okay, big win for Zeta. That was kind of a must-win round. They do win, but again, it's kind of the same thing. Only one person alive, so again, if they lose this, it'll be last round, but their eco will be terrible.
Crucial pick here. Just as the dark cover comes up, pure intuition.
And then trade here is fine. There was that time in Lace finds, of course, on the B side, getting rid of UR, but already FlyQuest were underhanded.
So, Aztec, never worth.
Just think about how difficult this has been for Zeta in terms of the economy of the game. Flyer just buy after buy after buy.
I should tell them that this is going to be a CI growth. So you take this space, love that. Well, we've got to know that this is CI growth. We've seen this breach do this. Holy fuck! Zeta are just going crazy. This is, to be honest, kind of what they did against, was it Crew? They start off pretty slow and then just kind of, you know, warmed up and got a little crazy.
A little bit low. And a re-clear by UR now, the ping Moko with a backstab timing and Zeta get there 4.
Zeta are everywhere on a round like that.
What was it, 7-1 to 7-4?
Swift. Again, not losing.
Zeta getting a little mad with it.
Confidence throughout this half, despite only having one in the first What was it, 8 rounds? Look at Suzu just...
We're getting that early ground aggression. We're getting that proactivity from ZETA Division. It looks well drilled. It looks smooth.
That flank all the way through C was so good.
3 in a row.
All right.
Okay, and all of a sudden we got a game.
Hardest Fury still here for Ev to work with in our last round of the half.
Trying to take a deep breath here for a moment, but I don't think I'm going to get one.
It's going to be another trap play. Same trap play they ran before. Camera up here. So again, looked like they were trying to fake B come A.
What a fault line from Arco that sets up that kill onto the
Unfortunately, like they had the worst call for what ZETA were doing. They get back in onto the site. Oh, with a flash.
Serena with the swing. 1 is good. 2 is even better. She's at 3 for the round, and Moku's going to be there in a 1 versus 1.
Oh my goodness. Every round is just it's like a tennis game.
We're going to break? Yeah, I guess. All right. What are we 5 rounds in?
Yeah, that was a very fast half. 20 minutes.
Crazy end to the half here, but FlyQuest right themselves and get to 8 rounds. Finally, we see Summer ZETA Division. Can they carry this momentum in the next half? We're going to find out after this.
Yeah, that was an interesting one there. This Haven game. I mean, honestly, ZETA I would expect to be much the same on their attack side as well. So I think it'll be pretty similar. We might get a very fast first map here. Okay, 8-4. So yeah, this is an elimination game as well. First 2 elimination games today. And then more elimination games tomorrow. I mean, this is this is crazy, isn't it, really, for like Giants and FlyQuest here who lost these games? Like, you have to go all the way down to this. Like FlyQuest, you lose to Zipto in OT, map 3 OT, and then you have to go all the way through a lower bracket run. Win what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row to make it. That's what they call tough.
In the first place now, some great early round aggression behind this Suzu Neon. Now they go on the attack side. Can they set the pace to start this half?
They were playing with some fire in their hearts throughout that entire half, despite the deficit, despite Fly in full control of the game. And really, a lot of credit to Ryota, the coach of ZETA. After that timeout, look at the changes that were made. Some of those big early round set pieces.
Sorry about my cough.
On the Suzu
Hopefully it'll be gone soon, but
have to give a ton of credit there. That timeout.
And I pin Indonesia's message.
Where ZETA are now back in this game. It was looking like a blowout. No longer. If they win the pistol here, we are on for a banger.
Again, this is an elimination game out. First round of lowers. Neither team wants to let the dream end here. Slow start from ZETA though. They may be anticipating a push up here from FlyQuest.
The other one?
A timing of a mid re-clear off the flash. No one there for Dodonut to actually engage with. Will just fall back, and Ev single peeking, content with fully retreating.
What, Kekwa Tottenham?
Fly ready to play for the retake on A.
They've seen enough, and it actually will be an attempt at Fly getting some extra players to anchor into this A side. But ZETA Division far from convinced that that's where they should be headed. You are the star of the first half of ZETA Division.
Patient from the ZETA side. They went
that
for
one?
a drone re-clear of mid, didn't spot anything.
The latest
now.
message? Fucking hell, I scrolled up all that way.
Because of that, Cam broken, denying that passive info gain for FlyQuest.
FlyQuest haven't quite calibrated to the pace of ZETA Division. They end up pulling off this A side whilst ZETA Division look to commit some resources.
Why can't I ping Kekwa Tottenham?
42 seconds in the round. I think there's a lot to be seen here for Serena.
Oh!
Oh, the timing! Oh, that one is going to sting. Either way, over towards the side. The problem being, though, that Arco is down. Ev was waiting in heaven on A.
Suzu wants to press forward, wants to find something to try and even the odds. Cat has to dodge the fault line, relay bolt to stymie the retake.
Another for Red from
Free
Heaven. There's
take.
going to be a problem. Dodo gets... Ah! That is supposed to be a paranoia! You are not supposed to be able to see Dodo! Hello?
Okay, both pistols will fly though. That should be pretty good for them. Slow from ZETA actually.
I love how ZETA were working the map in that instance. It was so patient
Oh,
towards A.
that's on
It created some of that presence. The drone that re-cleared mid into the breaking of the cam made it feel like there was going to maybe be a C split coming in. They get the free sight, and then Ev gets a spam down through Heaven as well.
I like how he's off his
It was
seat.
well played from Fly, well played
That's
from
quite funny.
ZETA, but it was the gun duels.
I don't think I've ever seen that before
Just
for a coach.
sick timing that Serena suffered from Dodo in the mid re-clear.
Dodo gets in, shrugs off the flash. Good to go.
Oh,
They are what a line with this outlaw. You are trying to play for that orb. Punished instantly.
I think they got
At
the
least
orb
gets
though.
2 orbs though. That's it. I believe they were able to pick that up. So listen, you'll take it on the classic only round, and they'll be glad they did opt for the classic only round. There is an outlaw in play.
Definitely not worth investing too heavily in this one for ZETA. Looking to group up here. Lacking the util with no Sova to clear this tripwire, so you're gonna have to eat it.
Where are Fly's players from? They're an NA team.
This is gonna slow things up.
Are they all from NA?
Well connected. Paranoia thrown out here to try and disrupt, but Suzu's still able to get the spike down.
I think they
on the
all are.
side, getting aggressive now,
If
but
not,
they is
then
able to
I
win
don't
it out that first trade. Now you'll cut out of the sight. Serena can't get through Garage, and Mocha will fall.
Athea, who by the way was
I'm here sad because Tottenham is losing. I want to see Tottenham getting flamed here.
but also
Dodo is from Thailand? Oh, there you go. Dodo's from Thailand. The rest are NA. Tonda has a Chinese flag on VLR, but I think that's more like... I think that's Chinese heritage. I think she grew up in NA, so it's just an assumption.
At the very least last year, and Thea right now playing very well. A bunch of his 16 assists as well. Just combined with Thea and Lace, they've got 30 assists at the moment. The real team players.
Extremely involved. I mean, that util has been put to such good effect.
Okay, big round. If you lose both pistols, both bonuses, you're not going to win. Pro tip.
They won the pistol, of course, anti-eco, so they are getting awfully close to critical mass here to take away Haven.
Feels silly to say, but
Is he
this is a
Vietnamese?
must-win for ZETA. The game
I don't know,
is
kid.
essentially over. They have to convert this anti-bonus. Recon, dark cover, standard to get your neon in that close position on A. Control that part of the map, and they're going to leave Ev with that Stinger, the close-range weapon, to just hold tucked in the cubby.
And against the team that's slow like ZETA, the push up on A is going to force a later round re-clear.
Export my videos in 4K?
Than they otherwise like, and that's a rifle down.
No.
Starbound able to
That would take
check
so
that line
much
in towards
longer.
Garage. Deal with Serena.
Just lost
For
the
what?
duel.
What kind of
Couple
fucking
shots
screen are you
off
watching
Starbound,
on?
but not enough. Suzu has to
Watching it on your 4K
deal with
TV?
the tripwire. Backs off. Drone to re-clear, but is it going to see Ev? No, because Dodonut stayed on that line.
Standing ahead.
Good recon, good awareness from UR.
And that's going to at least confirm the position of the player. Additionally tucked. You see the minimap ping on the location of Ev. So ZETA now know 2 players are still committed to the A side of the map.
They're really going to need to get a clean kill on Starbound here to gain access to the C site. They're still... Actually, they're not even holding the angle. They're just playing passive, allowing the trips to do the work for them.
They can avoid these trips, though. They're not really set up for a push out of Garage here.
Game drivers have import rules?
Susie's trying to get through, but caught by the tripwire.
I don't think so, but I don't actually know 100%.
Beautifully done, but it's going to take more.
Must win 1v2. Won the 1v2. We got an ace. Holy fuck.
For ZETA Division, what a way to stay alive.
Exactly when they needed that most. The most pivotal round for them. That should have been the game over with a FlyQuest win. With Starbound playing that patiently, found that opening, and then just passive backplat. Knows it at that point, keeping the trips, keeping the utility.
Only 2 imports are allowed.
Than trying to find any more shots with the Outlaw. And you saw the value of that. It shut down Suzu. The clutch factor from ZETA.
You're feeling good about this, but on the other side, your economy for ZETA Division is still a little
Okay, they
shambolic.
take a timeout. I mean, I don't blame them. You need a 1v2 clutch to win. Oh, man. I'm in so much pain. Help me. At least they do this. At least they show the thing during a timeout. What a fucking godsend. Why don't they do this? I hope they do this in fucking main VCT. Learn from this. fucking VCT. We don't care that much about the time. It doesn't matter that much. Just show us the fucking, like, this matters, right? Ooh, what ults have they got? Ooh, what money have they got? That is way more important than this little shit of a little time. Or just like put one of them here and put the time here. You can do both. Get you a UI that can do you both.
Factor here, and ZETA won't have another timeout to sort of work on that.
You're like an old man. Nah, don't say it. Don't say it. I'm not that old. Sideshow called me a baby face the other day.
Winning here would break the Fly economy. Both teams at risk fully with the economic status.
Might be one of the most pivotal rounds of the half. Off we go. Suzu wants to quickly head
Oh, we just ran past 3 players. We just ran past 3. And Starbound wins that.
That's a backbreaker for ZETA. They try and recover it. Moko gets in and finds a one, but that is it. 3 left for ZETA.
It feels like there just had to be must-win from Suzu. Utility lacking for these ZETA players. Insight. They want to
3 players there. They're gonna try and fight this.
Need to do so with the SMG.
Try to play there, set up. So they're trying to play off of it. It was
Okay, big win for FlyQuest. That's probably GG because this will be a pretty bad eco here for ZETA.
With both teams' economies hanging in the balance, they pull up just short.
And they do go for a cool set play again, right out of the timeout.
Starbound was not ready for that.
No, not at all. Suzu had such an opportunity. It's so tough to say, but if they just found that kill clean with a teleport behind as well.
That first kill is the round. Some rounds aren't determined by the first engagement, but that one is. Because you think if ZETA win that fight, then Neon carries on onto the site, and this Omen can then just chill and wait for these guys. Your Omen then is just in spawn waiting for any response, for any rotation.
ZETA division down to, oh man, a frenzy. Stinger. That's it.
Absolute heartbreaker.
How do they put it together? We saw ZETA win
FlyQuest are NA.
Key MasterCard thrifty in the previous half. They springboarded into a gun round win.
Looks like they just want to go for an explosive B hit. Try and play close range with the Stinger and the pistols while there's going to be lurk through garage so fast. Oh my god, so fearless on this fight, but the retreating Donut with the superior weapon takes that kill.
I like this reposting.
So again, you look at the money though, like it's horrible. They got 1 Stinger and a bunch of pistols.
Here of Garage spots Serena. Cybercage going to be deployed to allow the Cypher to be elsewhere now.
Oh, but
we are in a post-plant world. Donut knows that UR has gotten into air, but somehow that Sober has been quite the nuisance, but eventually there's the push out of Garage. Now they can wrap towards mid. Lace.
Well played, to be honest, by SR. This is really, like, this is like textbook.
After returning from an alternate postcode, finds herself in a 1 versus 5 with Thea on the defuse.
This is like exactly how you play this, right? Like patience here where we're on our own, slowly kind of clearing stuff out.
Just get that defuse. Actually, didn't even need it. At least got enough kills to get that ultimate active. Rolling Thunder for the final
really
round to close this map out.
Flawless round.
Not even Fly's map pick, but at least for ZETA, Fly's actual pick, Sunset, is another good map for the Japanese side. I was impressed by their play there within their region, within the Pacific qualifier as well. So I really haven't lost hope in them. And despite the scoreline, I have been impressed with a lot of their play on these rounds. What they've been able to cook up out of the timeouts.
They're definitely beating the passive team allegations, I think. If you take a simplistic look at ZETA, you might come away feeling like that, but no, I've really enjoyed the pace variations we've gotten from them. And this is almost a response to Fly's tendency to go for an aggressive pop for A-long early. ZETA want to meet that head-on, excuse me, but FlyQuest simply back away.
Did they hear that?
Serena ready. Here's that teleport, takes the duel, but
maybe so, but not matter.
Still looking great on this map in terms of
now a little unsure. You might want to go just fast here, but the thing is, you might just think that honestly this is the Omen alone. So you know that could have just been the Omen. There was no one else there.
On a number of these rounds, I think early on, Fly were playing better in terms of the fundamentals. But it's the gun duels as ZETA have come alive tactically that have kept Fly with this strong lead.
So there's another Explorer re-clear of mid by FlyQuest. So now they know they can commit some of their forces over towards the seaside. They're going to be ready for this hit. This is it for ZETA. They have to take this down. They've got to win this round. Suzu's going to be caught out though. Rolling Thunder
God, just actual just perma stun.
Reeling here on the site. Moko's able to find one though, and Suzu, how do you recover like that? Still brought down
3v3, everyone's here.
Spike though, still an issue. Neural theft gonna come through.
Oh!
Cannot hold on, and ZETA division.
That was a crazy kill here.
Another round where Moko at the last moment stepping up the crucial trade just to keep them alive for one more round. A round where, listen, they do have a lot of ultimates to play with. 6 chances for Fly.
We were on Suzu's POV so much that round. We have no idea what's happening. So much util getting used on the side. But it's the waves that come in.
Suzu was stunned for 45 seconds.
It's the waves that come in from behind Suzu though.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 ults here though now as well.
Right there.
Suzu was just perma stunned in this smoke. Just sitting there full stunned the whole round.
6 to 12. ZETA division
this time
have
a
to
little
keep
slower.
These rounds rolling in, and hey, they've got the ultimates to support that.
And
rolling Thunder up.
What a round to have them. Look at the economy for FlyQuest. This should be a round worth 2 if they can convert.
So once again, ZETA do stack their claim towards a long.
So a little mid aggro catches a Cypher out.
Maybe high-low even.
You have just a triple phase 2 from B main. They are from garage doors. And look at this read from Fly. Immediately, they have Dodo and the breach. Lace in the support. All of that util to stuff the ZETA effort at the choke.
Missed the Sova. Missed the Sova. Who gets a kill?
Suzu has that ready to go, but Moko gets taken down. Ev able to find one early. Swinging out from Sewer. A second.
GG.
Dodo takes what would have been the third, and Suzu has to duke it out now from hell. And there's just not enough heat on that overdrive. Fly.
Well, big win for FlyQuest. What was map 2? Sunset. And the winner of this place, Team Falcons. Oh my. Oh. My bones. Okay, I'll stick with you for a second. Remember, the stream will end at 6. It's ending at 6. 2 and 20 minutes from now. Let's take a look at this. Saloon doors. Cowboy? I mean, there's like 5 people. If you know what I mean. Like 5 jobs, in a sense. So which one of them is it not? I don't know. Although it could be like this. One away. Which one is it not, and which one is it? Is it Ram? Pilot, maybe? Instead of swing? Let's go. Swing and pendulum probably go together. Saloon doors swing. Golfers swing. This might be the worst of all time. This might be the worst of all time. Things that swing. A swing. That might be the worst of all time. I mean, I got it. Horrible. I should have probably got the NFL one first, I suppose, shouldn't I?
I'm now joined
Okay.
by Coach Jovi.
I'll be back in a sec.
Ah! No Phoenix, no Astra, no Faye coming into this match. Truly a big surprise for us watching it. What was the reasoning behind this comp, and just how long have you been cooking this?
We have a few tricks up our sleeves. It's been a little bit of a 2-month grind that we had right after, winning OQ1 back in GC, going into GC3. We had time to practice, so you don't know what to expect when we start playing. So.
Wow. We absolutely loved it. Best of luck on map 2.
Look at those smiles. You can tell that FlyQuest are definitely feeling it right now, especially the coach. I mean, we did see that he was definitely up on his office.
I don't think he's sad.
I know,
And these chairs are very comfortable.
I
and good
know.
looking.
He was
You
just
could get
like
one.
this the entire time, and like really feeling it, screaming and everything. We were feeling his vibes too.
Even on that interview, we were seeing that. I think he just wants to go back into the room and keep having that experience, because it is a bold move to come into an international event, and as he's saying, is spend that time into changing things up and preparing yourself for the international stage, and having things, even with what happened today and Sander not being able to play, go this well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if UR is going to draw him after that, because he was getting very animated, and I think that's good to see. Energy and vibes, it's what they talked about before the game, and they certainly brought it to the stage. Even from the very first round, you heard Taya going a little bit crazy. This is a very good sign for FlyQuest. Also calls into question for ZETA the map pool. Like, the fact that they go towards a haven somewhere that they've struggled up against Zipto, it wasn't even one of their stronger performances that they've had against the Goliath of their region. It kind of then puts that question mark up there, and I think that they thought this would be a weakness for FlyQuest. This would be somewhere that either trying to force the composition with a new player would have their stumbles, or that they'd have to go to something new and even better. They're going to be trying it out, but I think what the coach said is very accurate. They've put the work in before this.
Right, and it just confuses me as well, just because they don't have a lot of experience on this map, right? They've only played it twice this entire year, so to suddenly bring it out on an elimination match, I don't know. There are a lot of question marks in my head for this.
I was expecting some ISO action. Like, why not?
Yeah.
You know, like maybe like in this moment, as you were saying, that I don't know what they're gonna, if they're going to be changing something, if not having all the players is going to really make a difference. I was expecting that, but on the side of FlyQuest, we were seeing Starbound just going absolutely nuclear, like on the attack and also on the defense. I love the fact that the score was so evened out, because that just means that there's a very well-drilled plan with a lot of layers, with a lot of trays that is ready for these situations where, yes, the individual brilliance is there, but there is someone else. There's always a different layer, another player that you have to go through to secure the round.
Yeah, and I think that's the real difficulty. You know, looking at ZETA, this is a map of Haven where Serena's typically finding a lot of value. A lot of the similar value that Starbound is. They have the same role regardless of side, and well, we saw a lot of head-to-head duels, and Starbound won 5 out of 6 of them. That meant that constantly there were edges of the map opened up for FlyQuest, and we saw a number of rounds where that resulted in them finding a pick and garage or around there and moving it towards that side of the map for free.
Exactly. You just look at the difference between those two roles, right? You have Starbound on the other side, and Starbound just absolutely owns every single site that they are on, right?
Hello.
Setup as well. They're so creative. They are so creative with all of that. And then you have Serena, which, you know, she definitely had to set up on this. And unfortunately, it didn't show in this map. I wonder if things will be different as we step into the next one, especially since, you know, FlyQuest, as
2,700, that's kind of the worst number it could be.
Momentum here. The vibes are immaculate, and we just saw,
it could be worse.
You know, ZETA earlier, like holding
Probably
each other's
Africa.
hands, just telling everybody to just hang on there. There's still one more map to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Or two.
Right, it doesn't border DRC, but it's close.
Hey, where's our copium tank?
Gabon?
Get it back out. I need it.
This way, maybe?
Yeah, but I think that also from the attack, they
Malawi?
were not finding a lot of success. I know that, you know, it
Oh,
wasn't a lot of
Malawi's
rounds,
adjacent.
it wasn't very long, but still, every single time that we saw FlyQuest just going
So what's
on
in
the
here?
aggression, just always
East
having
Africa.
something
I always
prepared,
struggle
them
with
to not
Southeast Africa. You've got Tanzania, which has a fuck ton more people than you would think. Mozambique.
You are slowly turning into Arthritis Weasley.
Who were you before, Thinking Man's Jiggly Wigglies? Who were you before? Because that name's new, unless you are new. What could it be? Zambia is here somewhere. Where's Zambia? Zambia's that. So it's not Zambia. Is it? But I feel like it can't be Tanzania either. Ah! Borders Malawi. Tanzania. But it's 110 miles away from you. Then it has to be... I thought it's 110 miles away. That's a... Oh, because it comes down here. That's deceiving, isn't it? Because in your head, you're like, Mozambique is here. But it has this tiny bit. Oh. No, Rwanda and Burundi are in here. The kissing cousins of Africa. Oh. God. Genuinely, this is some of the worst pain I can remember. Which is crazy because it's just from... Oh, what's this? This one looks fun. Can you name the groups or themes that the following sets of symbols represent? Oh, is it? Can I just type in any? Well, that one's Monopoly. Washing. MTG. Currency. What's this? Olympics? Sports? Like, it's volleyball. Oh, is it the... What's it called? Is that a triathlon? Wouldn't that be a biathlon? How the hell do you spell triathlon? This is like... well, I guess it's volleyball shooting and... What are you? I don't even know what that is. Cards. Viking... What are they called? Runes? Warning signs? Hieroglyphs? Glyphs? How do you spell hieroglyphs? Glyphs? That's what, what's that called? Hebrew? Music notation? What's that called? Physics. What's it called? A fucking circuit? What's this? Dice? Don't know that one there. What is this? Which one is that? Is it Sikhism? What is this? I recognize this one. I don't, not so much for the other two. What is that? That's not Buddhist, is it? I feel like I should know that. I feel like I definitely recognize this one. What is this? Just weather? Oh, that one's weather. I wouldn't have got that, to be honest. I don't know the top right. This I recognize.
first map. They weren't even able to
This one I feel like I'll
Fly
know as
Quest
well.
and
What's
Dodo
the? I
were
didn't even
just
look at this one.
pushing on them and not granting them anything.
Don't know.
Well, we've
Paper
seen
Rex.
Sonder do a remarkable job on that breach last time around, and I think with what we've seen from Lice, I have no reason to
Don't know what
suspect
that
that
is.
there'll be any kind of a fall off here. FlyQuest Red seems set
Okay,
to take
what
this
is it?
series 2-0.
Packaging.
I do hope that ZETA will be able to dig
Planets.
deep and pull this out. Two incredibly close maps against
Course.
Visa Crew Blaze.
This is
we know
Earth.
they've got what it takes. It's just putting it
Jupiter.
into action on the server.
Neptune. Makes sense. I mean, I've never seen the Neptune one.
Can we get to a
I've seen these
third and
two.
deciding map? We're gonna find out, and we're gonna send it back to your cast.
This I don't even know what that is. Led Zeppelin.
From a don't want to run in Japan, domestically, ZETA Division looking so good.
It is
Finding
Hindu.
hard to get
This
through
was Sikh.
Pacific to make it here to
But it was
GCC.
Ohm/Ohm.
One map stands between ZETA Division and elimination.
Alchemical symbols, zodiac signs. Not for me, unfortunately. Is that a good sign that I didn't get that? Hobo signs.
This sunset map, Wyatt, we've seen
Didn't know
FlyQuest take
that.
a different tack in terms of
Star Trek.
map
Never
where
watched it.
ZETA
I'd put
really
Olympics,
well
bruh.
impressed me during their qualifying
Pharmacy.
run. And yet,
That is
think
Braille.
back to
I should have got
FlyQuest
Braille.
and GC3, and even prior, they have lost
That was pretty
Sunset
obvious.
to Shopify this year.
I did think Braille, I just didn't
5
put it for some
times.
reason.
Could never
Unlucky.
find their footing here until during this little off period before GCC, they swapped Dodo to Neon, an agent she wasn't playing previously.
No more deadlock either,
and
right?
dominated on yesterday. We'll see if they can continue
Okay, here
this
we go.
high-level performance on a
So,
map that they
FlyQuest
Oh,
just weren't that great on before.
on the defense.
Well, Suzu's on the side, well and truly. Satchel charge gets it deep over towards Boba, but there's going to be a triple
Oh,
swing.
the flash.
Yeah, that's ugly.
How are you alive? How have you got a kill?
At least finds Lace, but Starman and Donut have already gone to work. Dodo with the corner swing. Easy pickings as UR falls. And it's a 3 versus 2. Mocha trying to play that post bar, but Thea is on the hunt. That's an easy backstab. FlyQuest with yet another pistol.
So again, we got another B main, B post plant where most people aren't playing in main, which is good. That's a good sign.
Frankly, I don't even think it should have been as close. It's pretty mad that Suzu was able to find one in that situation. Backside right there, yeah, pretty ridiculous.
And there's less safe places to hide
So
now.
all
In a
pistols so far for
perched up on the
FlyQuest.
box, which is all well and good. If you get flanked, you're in deep trouble.
Yeah, that full-on.
So we're still playing Raze here. We did play Neon last map, so it's not like we can't play Neon. That's an interesting
As
choice.
effective as it used to be. You have to set up those crossfires within the site now. Starbound with the Outlaw full classic buy again for ZETA, so dodging those round 3 perils where you have a light armor running into the one shot from that scoped weapon.
Starbound doesn't linger here. ZETA has plenty of util to try and make their way through B. Cyber Cage is going to slow them up, but Orb is secured for Suzu.
Just gonna come back
Nice
to A.
back over towards mid is that one way at A long will be renewed by Thea.
The one trip that ZETA have was actually placed on B. You can see it on the map there. So over on A, they do have to be weary of a potential push up towards main, though also on an anti-eco, not necessarily expecting aggression at that level. Fly very patient right now, just covering the angles from safe positions.
That
Thea just
I got a
holding
stun
ready
across
to
here from
fall
the
back
breach
if they
and
go
then come
towards
back
A.
B.
FlyQuest just re-cleared B main with that ALG but that was heard. You are aware of it sitting towards B long, so this could be a fake here just being sold by Arco.
Fast reclear though. You will have heard that Neon slide.
Now, if
Need
ZETA
to
are
go
quick enough,
fast.
they can get onto this B side.
Oh.
Scot-free. Arco sees a rotate through mid. Takes some shots at Ev. Really inconsequential damage, but we'll see if it matters now as Suzu once more satchels forward. Backside taken by ZETA, but note that they're not scaling into this half of it.
Just hiding in the dark cover. If someone goes in there, could get punished.
Wow.
All right, Suzu waiting. Right-click claims.
Wow.
And then
What?
another one. This time, ZETA Division play around their half of the B side. It's going to be up to Thea with a stinger to try and make this work, but it's a double face. Right around this corner. She's got to know it.
What?
She gets the spray down. Just one more. 2 HP to Dream. Teleport across is not to
Tried to
be.
do too
Serena
much.
brings her down.
That was crazy to get too. Stinger best gun.
How the hell have they gotten away with that swinging momentum? They've gotten the B site entirely for free. They were baited into a full rotate off the breach utility that was headed towards A. Playing within this dark cover, Ev, frankly, unnecessary risk it was about to drop, leaps into their death.
Oh, mate. That was about as close as it gets.
Big win for ZETA though.
Recovery from ZETA, who get
Little
opted not to
patient
go to
round.
B side.
Got them with the little
Wanted to
fake
play on their
here.
half of it. FlyQuest ran into them.
Come back to B. And I love running a little like early second round like little fake, even if it's just like it's gonna keep them on their toes.
I don't mean music from the 1960s.
You know, now they'll be questioning every exec. Is it real? Is it not? Everything you do becomes like, you know, is it real?
Take a poke through market. ZETA really, they're opting for the classic sunset comp that we've seen all year with the Rays. Most teams at this point switching over to the neon look. It has been so effective here.
Probably over just based off the map.
Fault line, mixing in those plays where you rush down mid, fault line into tiles, take that slide into there, find a first engagement, how you can pressure close on A. The setups you can have in B main, it is just a great proactive comp in that way. The Rays though, just that old reliable, still consistent.
One way thrown over towards spawn either way, but she would have broken the crosshair placement of Ev.
Okay, probably just gonna die to the spike or.
High-low setup here over on the site. Arco with the plant. Obviously all rifles here for ZETA Division. They've got
we'll see.
Everything they need to take a round like this. For FlyQuest, they might have a crack at it, but it might just be a matter of perishing to the spike.
And once again, Thea on that flank mission, much like the pistol. Lone going towards main, was maybe thinking about going for a teleport, but it's just exits that Fly are playing for. Not going to do anything proactive, hoping that ZETA walk into them.
Yeah, that smoke towards A long, trying to force ZETA to this side of the map. It's going to work out. So, it's going to get a little hairy. Paint shell deployed there. Don't know how to find UR. Both these forces clashing it out.
Wow, they're going to lose quite a few guns there.
Good economic damage there for FlyQuest at least.
So obviously, if you're ZETA basically taking a 50-50 here, right? They could all be stacked kind of behind you. They could all be stacked in CT. You don't really know. So it's basically just a 50-50. I mean, obviously you get the benefit of you do get these kills and you do get the ultos.
Simple but effective setup to deal significant damage.
FlyQuest with some ultimates online now as well. Overdrive at the ready for Dodo.
So we got quite a few ults online already.
Towards mid for ZETA, maybe something a little faster, something up tempo here.
Yeah, you can see right now, Akko is ready with a fault line from spawn at the moment.
Susie with a showstopper as well. Spoke to top mid.
Bit more patient than might have expected just looking at the minimap, but slow control of mid. Trips watching either extremity, of course, and the cam for B main too, and that standard.
Like a B split here.
Gonna
give quite a lot of information. Oh, but great aftershock. Oh no, that wasn't. I thought it was a collab for a second.
Wind out of their sails. Arco briefly foraying into the B site. Instead, will duck back, get an orb, and get pinged by the neural theft.
Don't need to find that kill here, ZETA.
Capitalizing off of ZETA being, exposed in mid.
Probably get the spike down here. I assume FlyQuest will probably let that happen.
Forced.
Obviously, this smoke here means that they could essentially go either way, right?
ZETA not really able to capitalize, losing out on some of those duels. That was obviously a
and now you have the threat of. I think maybe one person should have just stayed to make sure that someone hadn't walked up mid. But
catch up in that aspect. It looks like they'll be heading out just after 2 maps.
Super safe from FlyQuest.
Without Neon as well, it's a little bit harder to threaten the split after you take top mid. You throw fast lane down. Threaten to wrap around to one of the sites. A little bit harder when you don't have that available on Rays.
Oh, you need to try and...
Akko dare risk a rolling thunder here? Probably not at this point. Oka wanted to make something aggressive happen, try and catch off a player.
I mean, the money isn't that great. You might even consider saving here, honestly.
Clean. Donut walks into that one. Arco flashed off the line and Lace steps up. FlyQuest here with a defuse. And they will have brought ZETA Division's momentum to a halt. Again,
what is GC? Good question. Glad you're here. GC stands for Game Changers. It is a... I was going to say league, but what's the right word for that? It's a competition for marginalized genders. I learned the word. I remember it now.
Forced into that classic exit stack on the prior round. Flies in all of that damage. They just can't afford anything here.
Being watched by a white British man.
Somewhere Nismo has his ears burning.
Some things never change.
So challengers pilled. so NA challengers
a little obscure for this current audience.
Yes, the Japanese audience, they love that joke.
NA challengers?
They definitely are watching NA challengers.
They should start calling the NA challengers the World Series, Valorant. What do you think? I'll go down a treat. Alright, And with the AL drone clear mid.
What's the question? Why are women marginalized genders? Is there discrimination in esports? Go to any esports broadcast or event pre-2012 and count how many women you see.
Time for the Guardian hot potato. Moko picking that up. Moko was very good on map 1, lest we forget. Came up with the important clutches, impact kills, and swing rounds.
Good timing off that flash, but all it really allows for is ZETA to take a quick peek. They're going to pull out, though. They definitely managed to draw Dodonut out of hiding. She's hunting. Starbound here in a position to pinch on Arco. I don't know if they can get out of it alive here. Holding the corner. Dodonut.
That was a nice try by Arco. I mean, that is one that maybe they don't check.
Get another for Dodo.
Oh, that's unlucky too.
Barely with enough weaponry to defend
Neon ult Sag.
Just Serena back in market. No chance to even get the spike down. This one's over.
A little painful when you have a Sheriff and you're getting ran at by the
Yeah,
overdrive Neon.
Sheriff versus
Not
Neon
the
ult
you want to have in a situation like
might
that,
be
but
one of the lowest conversions of
you
any
do?
weapon
Full
versus
kill
weapon.
round. Now ZETA, everything on the line in this full buy. They'll have a couple ultimates to play with, and
God, I hate Neon. I mean, but do you really? Do you really?
Shuts down the Guardian.
Yeah, Suzu has that a singular gun right brought into the round, but
Do you not think it's at least a little fun?
And again, has it because
At
of
least
that
a little.
awkward economic position
Safe
they're
for taking a timeout. Like, if we're just rating agents based on fun factor, right? Just fun. Neon must be top 3 at least, right? At least top 3. You can't argue that Neon is not up there. Even if you think Neon is overpowered. Dum 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 dum. Raze is still better than Neon, no cap.
It had big impact on Haven. Created some
Neon
swing
is not
rounds
fun.
with the
Dying
same
to a
momentum
slide
started
isn't fun.
building. They started getting back into the game just a bit, and they were based off
Yeah, but
of
when you're not the one
big
dying
ultimates
to
in
it,
some of those
you're just
moments
watching
as well.
other
So we'll
people
see
die to it.
what Ryota's offered up to the team as an idea here.
they are still.
I'd say skill issue. I'd say classic mellow skill issue.
Dodo chopping in the bit here to take a bit more real estate over towards the B side of the map, but that's been trap-wired by ZETA Division, as you'll notice.
Camera taken out.
Serena sitting well back now, and the camera being destroyed.
Fly have put a lot more emphasis over on that mid and B side. You can see them.
Okay, ZETA we haven't had a ton of
taking main as, ooh, hello.
action towards A. Oh, that might be a kill.
Is very awkward spray. Just
Second trip as well.
Starbound. Yeah, basically a chalk outline drawn of Suzu, but she's still
Now you
alive.
still got Breach Ult and Sovereign here, so they're probably hoping they use Breach Ult to get in. They didn't. Got this late lurk here. This trip gets destroyed. This Cypher should probably stay.
Because of that, look at the position from Serena. Was watching that so far back. Won't be in the action. Wow, Rolling Thunder sent out, hoping to catch players close. Not going to be the case.
Slicing so far back to that Rolling Thunder, barely tickled at their toes. Now Fly
This is wrong.
lying in wait.
This is a common mistake so many teams make with this Breach Ult.
Moko now have to lock it down, but there's time for FlyQuest to make their way in. Serena finds one. Cyber Cage deployed. Starbound sat on the other side of it here as the rest of FlyQuest come in through spawn. Serena has to go wild here. Moko only
Still
one for her.
probably
And now
winnable
one
though.
versus one. Lights on the defuse. Serena, dark cover in the way. In she plunges.
How have you done that? How have you won this? That's a crazy win. Get half, get off, win anyway.
That is just the perfect timing from Lace. So aware of when the swing was coming. The millisecond.
That is
Serena
crazy.
was going through the smoke. The Vandal was back in hands. So much impact from the sub in this series.
So this is a mistake that a lot of teams make when they have a Breach Ult and they haven't used it to get onto site. They use it too early, right? We used it way too early and you try and take more space. You don't need more space. You've got the space you needed. The whole point is to plant the spike. The objective is to plant the spike and have it go off. You don't need even more space once you've done that, right? Like in that situation, wait for them. I know they used a Sova Dart, but wait until you actually see a person on the site. One thing that I think a lot of people make the mistake of as well, what?
Spectre goes to work. She's down to 5, but she's
is that in that situation, if you're the breach and like they're coming in, it's okay to ult your teammates. Like, that's okay. Because when you ult your teammates and the opponents, it stalls everything out, right? Everyone gets stalled out. Fights don't happen as quick. People don't die as quick. But that's good for you when you've got the spike down. When the spike is down, if it's like stalled out, if it's fucking World War I, 1915, Flanders Fields, that's good for you. Because the spike's gonna go off, and that's good. So just chill. Don't fucking ult here. Just wait for them to wait till you actually see someone on the site. Because then you can guarantee, like, oh, if someone's there, then they aren't being baited by their whole team. Someone else is probably there too. So wait till you see someone on the map, then ult them. And if you hit your own teammates, who cares? That's fine. That's good.
Allows Zeta to know that the site is for free. Being planted, tucked in the corner default.
That's a trip cleared. Nice little shock dart there from UR.
They're both going to come and play main. Here we go.
Further back on the side, but Zeta aren't going to push up here.
They are opting to play
Old Sunset.
Imagine we see
When we're low HP with a solo. You've got a big job.
Safe position. Maybe get a free kill when it's tapped. Aftershock just to delay first.
And it's going to buy some time. Arco here now, looking to play off of her own.
That was the must win.
That's a huge kill.
Now you can just chill.
Hunter's Fury also available. This will further delay the spike defuse.
What?
Intelligent headshot has instantly hit its UR with 10. Chance to upgrade to the weapon, but has to swing that corner first. Spray comes in, ping out. There's just not the time. Ev goes for another tickle, and UR has played this to absolute perfection. Ev has no choice but to allow themselves.
Big win there, but we made a little mistake there. Big win this though. But a big win for Zeta, another thrifty.
In that 2v2, no HP to really play with compared to the Fly players. Everything at the right moment. That early recon back site as well, when they got in, allowed enough time for it to be cycled later.
That was the big kill.
And that was really the crucial moment. Knowing that Ev wasn't sticking the spike, that they didn't even get it to half because they were close up and broke it. Incredible team play from those remaining two, the initiators from Zeta. What a round to win. Puts Fly's economy in a very tough position now.
It's precarious.
Oh, they go for an aggro play. I mean, it's decent util, but now Thea's in trouble.
Look how low Thea is after that.
Playing full retake A with Breach ult.
Rest of Zeta still Hale and Hardy.
Ev using that drone to re-clear mid as the dark cover obscures the view of anyone playing top mid, so they want to get that info.
It's a big cypher ult. Probably just run A.
Just the one is enough. So Zeta Vision see it all. That heavy B and market presence for Fly is sniffed out. Now Zeta head over to A. Taking the time though with it, allow Starbound to get back into this site.
Like this from Starbound.
Hoping that the rest of their teammates can make it here in time. Fully entrenched in a lot of danger.
I should have maybe heard where that second cage came from.
Back box there, a fault line. They're going to be
Everyone's here though.
Rotated in time. This has been so slow from Zeta. They're in real danger.
The trips have slowed them down so much wide.
Nice ult.
Omen
Omen ult out. Omen ult other side. Yeah. 3v3.
Moko has the teleport and the spike goes all the way to B for the fake plan. Sorry, for the real plan. Excuse me.
What?
What is that from Serena?
She's on the move.
How does that connect?
She is locomoting through mid.
The developers need to take a look at that clip. That shouldn't be possible.
Not even playing a Neon, by the way. Moko is pushed up here on this B side. There is low after that early engagement, and it's too late. The corner check comes second. And now Lace has it all to do. Super sub assistant coach, you name it, she's done it. With a bit of spray, I like that idea. 5 in the chamber though, that's not a lot to work with. And still time ticking down. Lace has to push this, but UR is so canny. UR is too hard to catch.
UR is so
Tough.
intelligent in these situations.
That was insane.
Again, these low player moments, the util that they have, not risking it with the fight, just playing to the win con of time. What could have gone so wrong with round?
That A side where they get hit by the rolling thunder wire.
I mean, it ends up working that they just bait out that big ultimate. Just another little cherry on top of a gorgeous round.
Like that gives extreme psychic damage.
I mean,
no surprise here.
that is a crazy kill.
Called by FlyQuest.
I'm out of FlyQuest, but I mean, that should just never happen, that kill. Sorry, I'm also just realizing my chat is kind of being a bit slow. See if that works. Oops, something went wrong. That didn't work. Whatever I just did. Because they've changed whatever was here before. Fucking... They changed the fucking thing on Restream for some reason. I don't know why. So like the chat's just coming up like way later than it was actually sent. So I'm not seeing all your glorious chats.
Bucky for Dodo Nut.
ZETA here might look to get within striking distance of Hall to make a fast play for it.
This could get really dangerous in elbow with the flag quest set up.
Suzu
just tucked and just taking that jiggle. Rumba coming out, which you're going to want Lace to break, and she does.
So Dodo Nut still, unbeknownst to ZETA Division, stuck in that corner. However, ZETA doesn't take much to give them the heebie-jeebies about heading aside. They are headed elsewhere now. And notice, this time no presence into mid. That our drone re-clear from Ev actually sees nothing.
All the while it's Serena just containing B main. Pressing forward now, clearing those corners. It's a fairly vacant B side. Of course, the trips to contend with, but when you've got the shocks, when you have
It's just not working. But I don't know if it's like just a one-off thing or...
Of course, to make sure that you're not going to walk into that unbreakable one from any guns, and danger for Suzu. I mean, more than danger, death as well. At least a trade from UR.
Highly punishable. Snap out here with the Sheriff. Can't get out. UR. Oh man, she has been going off these last few rounds. And now, notice that very deep dark cover over towards, jeez, almost
yeah, my restream just crashed, so...
Lace out of Boba for an extended period
Hold
of time.
on, let me...
She's yet to be able to re-clear that space.
Just get the Twitch down.
We are in the full post-plant hold here, but Moko is the loose end here. Off your feet! Sat towards the back of the site. It's rolling thunder from the attack side. ZETA Division now look to capitalize on it. They are tucked on the corner. Gonna be a crossfire here, but my goodness, that is dismantled all too easily. Lace says no. We're gonna pull the plug on this one.
Okay, ZETA take the lead.
They carried that Vandal into the round. Now just going to leave with it. Rolling Thunder committed from ZETA just to
my chat is fully fucked.
And the building of the economy with a couple players still sub 1,000 credits, retaining 4 rifles, getting all the cash for winning this one so they can ensure some big full buys at the latter end of this half. Just a couple rounds left.
I think we're getting to see ZETA really show the best of their style here, Wyatt.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's these big...
Am I Sigma or am I Skibbity? I'm,
Yeah, I know.
That's a good question.
And honestly, we've seen that from FlyQuest. Just a little bit of uncertainty about the tempo from ZETA Division. It looks like it's unlike anything they're really used to playing against.
I'm TMV, yes I am. What's my favorite Crayola flavor? I was always a red kind of guy, but blue is also pretty good.
Very relevant on Sunset when
again, these messages aren't loading in my normal thing, so
you are getting closer to the
I don't really know what to do.
Well, so some big ultimates again late into this half could get to them on a round where once again we have to pay attention to this FlyQuest economy. It's been in danger at so many different points here throughout this.
And Restream changed and it got fucking shit. Everything worked before. Now it doesn't.
To extend the lead.
Now it doesn't even load.
Very much distributed across the map, still our ZETA Division. Inside the last minute of the round. Couple of pings over towards the B side. We saw already a recon thrown out by UR to the B side. And again, maybe Showstopper forces a retake protocol here from FlyQuest. Suzu still has to respect these trap wires. She's been snarled up in a couple of them. Here they come. Showstopper going to be used here by Suzu. Already Donut taken down. That was over towards the market side. Suzu into the back of the site. Speculative shot there for the Showstopper. Tries to swing on out, but Ev gets the better of her. They are on the backstab timing here.
ZETA, we might have a game here. I remember, like, FlyQuest kind of destroyed ZETA on this map, it felt like.
On the side, they tried to anchor.
This is good by ZETA. Didn't even need to plant there.
ZETA really has been on so many flank attempts. ZETA are actively fighting forward and dealing with that later, which is a good approach, especially how Sunset plays now on B. You can really take the fight to Boba. And then when Thea's in a situation like that, just ignore her. Just deal with her later. She's not doing anything at the moment, right? She's not there to send in a paranoia, anything along those lines.
Because that's not only the downside of that slower play, right? You do leave yourself exposed to being wrapped on, or your opponent's cleaning all the information about the map they need.
Oh, it's back. There we go. We've got the fucking... It's back. It must have been a restream problem. GE coach did not cook. My queen echoes. Sub looks nervous. To be fair, in the first game, Lace played really well.
Opportunity for ZETA to extend their lead.
We're back.
Lead they've had on either map this entire series. This was always the danger of FlyQuest picking Sunset into ZETA. Fly have certainly improved on it. They've been better since swapping to the meta comp of right now. But this has been good.
Again, just trying this mid fight. ZETA just playing much more kind of solidly as a team, I think. And again, as I said, same kind of thing happened to versus Crew, where they started off slow, but then things started going pretty well for them. Oh, Boombot didn't see it though. Oh, but Suzu just didn't care, just kept going and everyone died. So they got a kill of someone coming out A, probably a kill of someone crossing mid.
Coach Ryota timeout. 5 rounds in a row since then.
I mean, cannot be understated the impact that the coaching is having on this team, and it is a treat to see Suzu really coming to life on this race on map 2 here, finding that 3-piece in a situation that got more than scary, attempting to get out of the choke when the dark cover was there, when Starbound wasn't spotted, when there was the overdrive in their face.
FlyQuest said, Donut said, we need to be having
again, fast Suzu just winning all these fights.
Suzu getting a lot of the action.
That's that confidence really starting to flow.
Obviously, last round, dueling silver.
Suzu
die.
Clear by Fly. They have heavy Hall's presence. Marco set up to deal with the push. There should be a crossfire here for ZETA Division. Okay, nice.
Into 4 people though, you don't expect all 4, but you actually win that?
Lace takes what she can. Just give him the 1 kill to back away now, further into the hall.
And at this point, Lace does just need to fully retreat. Excuse me, she's well
gonna come back now though.
Gather up with the rest of the teammates, one of which is Ed, who had a recon, just sent it out for a re-clear. And now the fault line, excuse me, has cycled for Lace 2 when they play for a full retake in this situation.
See, but they've ended up in these spots a lot, and it hasn't gone well for them, where they're kind of just grouped up in an unknown situation, giving up most of the map.
Convert this 3v2, get the 5th on the board as we head into the second half after this.
They'd be pleased to make it a 7-5 half at this rate.
30 seconds
really
left.
Like they've lost their grip on the reins after the first 6 rounds.
And with this time being taken as well,
and that's not in view of the camera. Now these trips, if they don't break them, see not breaking this trip, you know that this camera will tell you, okay, they're not in main, right? They're not kind of close here. This is a big possibility. What have you got? You got a dart? Probably want to dart this.
There's the fault line that may have hit Serena. Recon Serena has to clear it now. You might be the one to have to stand up and push
Okay,
into this.
nicely done by Fly.
Slow and steady. Gets them their 5th round.
Oh man, my fucking back. Okay, 7-5, close game.
Find themselves as a lead heading into the half.
I think we really did. You mentioned it before. We got to see the best of ZETA Division on that attack.
Olge, I feel
I'm
Olge.
excited to see what they can do on defense as well, because they have some more crazy set stuff that I've seen them do before.
The best of ZETA Division. Is it?
What did I do to it? I just slept weird. I woke up this morning and I just felt horrible. Horrible. Maybe it was to punish me. Last night I was I was dreaming of a content idea that, if pulled off correctly, I think would be the best Valorant content that has ever been produced. I can't spoil what it is because I might want to do it one day. It would take a lot of effort. It would take a lot of people probably involved, or at least quite a few people involved. But it would be very good if I could pull it off. It would probably be an off-season thing. Sit up straight? I can't. I literally, like, I'm having to tilt my neck this way all day because my fucking back hurts so much. It's like either agony or have my fucking neck cranked. Oh. I'll have to try stretching. That's what the 30s will do to you? I'm not 30. Can I crack my neck? I can't crack my neck. I can crack my knuckles. I can't crack my neck. I find that cracking your neck is like a different level of psychopath, I think. Anyone who can crack their neck, I think, must be some... You're probably... It's like a 50-50 serial killer. If you can crack your neck. Like, on command. Have I ever been recognized in public? Only at Valorant events. Never at just, you know, out in the street. But then again, I don't go out much. 30 start when you're 28 confirmed? I mean, I'm not even 28. It's my birthday in 10 days, and I still won't be 28.
Line. Here we go, attack side kicks off with FlyQuest headed over to A.
You're gonna walk around Birmingham? I don't live in Birmingham. I went to uni in Birmingham.
As opposed to Haven. Still stood up in those important moments.
I thought you were at least mid-30. This is... I've seen you in here a lot, Pseudo Square, so I know that that's not true. You're a fucking liar.
In the qualifier, but just fighting forward, finds the first.
You felt like she had to push ahead of that aftershock. Instead of falling back off the line. Instead of losing out there, it's an aftershock over on that plant location. This might force FlyQuest into action. They're getting activated over towards Link.
I do like... This is one of FlyQuest's strengths. Post-plants, very proactive. And have a good understanding of how to be proactive.
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game.
That should be a kill.
Hey.
It's half.
It's at half as well. It's at half. Give it a tickle.
Nice by Lace, though. Wow. What did you say?
I'm 28 and look about
Face
5
cracker,
years
thanks for the 2
younger than
months.
me. What went wrong, TMV?
Right, we need a picture. We need a picture then if you're saying this. You can't claim to look 5 years younger than me. And
so tough to work around that when you're ZETA division. And then the further push
you better be looking young.
Susie was forced to retreat from, and as that's happening,
how do I feel about Coventry? I don't care that much.
Into the site. And at that point, they are fully encircled. They made a good go at it.
Little tick off TP from Moko there as well. Unfortunately, doesn't pay off.
How do I feel about Coventry? I mean, yeah, I don't have many thoughts about Coventry. I don't think I've ever been to Coventry, to be honest.
Looks like they might have the hunter. Excuse me, show.
I've probably been through it.
Just into the third round.
Right, well, ZETA opted to anchor it here into the B side, despite an even push.
How do I feel about the new KC roster?
And ultimately, they get very
I think they'll be decent.
Suzu opted to bring a stinger into this round.
The MEA could be very competitive, though, is the problem. I got 2! They're going to win another second round? I mean, it's still 3v3. Will they have Showstopper?
In 2 rounds for Suzu. Oh boy!
No way. Oh.
Too much, able to stabilize. Holy smokes!
Yeah, and what if the devs have abilities don't kill in Valorant? It was something along those lines earlier.
Wait. Gunplay.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, perfect gunplay.
2 words or 1 word, whichever way you like to say it.
Did I have a job before YouTube?
Suzu's got what, like 60
I mean, I
kills now
did.
already in the first
I
two
was kind of
rounds.
in between jobs. I would call myself a lost 20-something. You know, like most people probably in this chat, but that's fine. Your early 20s are you're meant to be lost, I think. It'd be surprising if you had everything figured out.
If not for that, looked like ZETA were going to steal it away.
Maybe that firepower narrative
So what I'm
hasn't gone
saying
away
is,
as
if
well.
you're in your early 20s and you're lost,
Suzu with a
don't
veritable
worry.
arsenal over the last
Probably
couple
everyone
rounds.
else is.
Brings it to bear to
I think
get
that's
Zeta
the
closer
default
to steal.
state.
It's FlyQuest. They make up the deficit in rounds.
ZETA have an opportunity to stabilize here, stabilize economically, as they have a far superior buy after that damage was dealt on the prior.
Okay, here comes Dodo straight on in, stunned up.
Ooh.
Moko gets her 4th.
Was that a team stun? I think it must have been. There's no assist.
Arca was well watching the line. Moko wants to go all the way back.
Any
to the
hobbies?
damage side.
Football and Valorant don't count. How does football not count as a hobby?
The timing?
I mean, Valorant is my job, so I guess that's fair enough. But how does football not count as a hobby?
Aftershock here as well. A little awkward here.
Because you study for it? What?
FlyQuest set up in towards halls. A lot of smoke here on the side of TP forward from Thayer. Arco wasn't quite ready enough for it.
Bucky different.
Purchase, but Suzu
Okay,
is there.
Suzu is just
Suzu waking up.
on fire right now. 2 years ago was with Fennel at the first GCC, also in Berlin.
I do
Out
pub
in 2
quizzes
games,
quite
couldn't win a
regularly.
map.
I
This
read
might be
sometimes.
her very first map win at one of these
Is reading a hobby?
tournaments. The way she's playing, she's certainly making you believe that that's going
Dunno.
to be the case. What is
That
it,
counts
like
as a
10
hobby?
kills or something in the second half already? 9 I mean, it's
Yeah,
it is
I like
utterly
watching the Vikings.
outrageous.
The Vikings are winning a lot this season. I'll have you know.
Halfway to
Surprisingly.
get the showstopper. She very elegantly put to work in that second round.
Oh, the flash. What?
Okay, okay. Suzy pushes up now. Paranoia could be an issue. Thayer's able to win it out. but the
Oh,
trace there.
FlyQuest. We're kind of panicking a bit here, I think.
This is going to give Fly second thoughts. Lace and Ev have to back up on this.
Just utility piece after piece after piece.
Why do you let your
that
best
just
friend marry your sister? I don't have a
bogs down
sister.
The FlyQuest players isolating one from the other, and
Okay, Zeta,
Aka's
here
so
we go.
aware of that possibility. That's 2 in
I
a
feel
row
like that
to
was
start
Thayer
off with.
there.
The flank attempt, that
You know,
lurk
you're
attempt
just.
is completely red and
It
nullified
feels like an
immediately.
IGL thing where you're just like, we have to go, but no one else goes. But you're like, we have to go. Might need a timeout here for FlyQuest. Because this is both pistols and they're down 9-7.
Electric. Zeta division headed towards some ultimates. The economy more than stabilized at this point after losing only a few players on these last 2 rounds. This play towards A from Fly
That kill there
has just utterly failed in the face of Zeta's combined utility. In the face of Suzu, steadfast in elbow, finding first kills. Dodo Nut 2 rounds in a row, not able to do a thing in that area of the map. An area of the map where Neon typically runs the kingdom.
I don't know what's going on with my
Elbow with a
restream
relay
chat,
will
but
find
it's
so
not
much
updating.
value. With the slide finds so much value, but being
I
shut
don't know
down
why.
entirely and forced onto the Seiko.
Now into mid go FlyQuest. Pretty passive hold here for Zeta towards the market side. Serena might want to get ahead of it, but she might be too late. She has to hit Dodo on the other side of that cyber cage. It's going to drop in a second. Here it comes, Lace. Steps forward, yet another cyber cage for Serena to cover a retreat, and she gets the one, but Dodo responds. Now they're on the
4v4.
side. FlyQuest swarming
Neon
over.
ult.
You are looking for a timing to make her way out of market, and Dodo is on the hunt. But there's nothing to see here.
Zeta, excuse me, they've struggled to deal with these overdrives in the past. They have to stop this one, but catches out you are on the retreat.
She loses a nerve. Opsa.
I thought they were actually going to wait that out then the whole time.
Now FlyQuest have priority. They have position all over B. Zeta force out to the extremity now. Donut still has some overdrive to work with. Suzy Warsu doesn't fancy it. Still wins it out.
Finally,
7 HP.
able to shut it down, and this noise being made in market could allow for Moko to find value on
Now
the
they
flank.
push
Not being
CT.
watched for right now, but Lace is tucked on B. Moko's not going to see anything.
Oh,
Suzy wins
Suzu gets
another.
that
She's
kill.
at 7 HP and still gets there. Oh, the audacity! It's magic! Suzy finds 3. Still has to deal with Ev. A showstopper would end the round.
Oh!
With it in her grasp, though, and Ev is able to punish.
Oh my goodness.
So awkward when the rocket is activated at that angle, needing to fire it upwards. A weak Ev really offered that kill up on a silver platter. Suzu was just so locked in, using all of the utility, just so desperately fighting for the round win. Such an effort. And you're right, you are really losing their nerve in that moment, just trying to
Oh
retreat,
my
but
goodness.
loses out to the
Yeah, you've had
speed
2
of that
showstoppers already. It's
sprinting
tough though,
and
because like
sprinting, excuse
I
me,
understand what you're thinking. Like, oh, they're up there. Like, I can't. How am I gonna showstopper them here? If you pop the showstopper and miss, then you kind of lose.
in this game with the individual talent. Those tough shots
Strange round. But here we go. Full buy round. Both teams. Gonna be a full retake B.
4 ultimates here to work with. Obviously Dodo going for the overdrive in the previous. Zeta Division, no interest in fighting in B. Look to take mid.
Spike planted.
And maybe eventually Serena will get up into Boba, but that has not been cleared. Camera looking. Wide.
So this time we get a kind of full B main post plant.
Moko going to be in tow. They're going to try to fight into
Kind of
main
classic
together.
post plant.
Fly making it look
Let's
like
see if
this
they
is
win it.
Old Sunset right now with
They do
everyone
have Silver ult, so maybe that's why. Zeta may be a little slow unless they kill Ev, which they do. And you win that one. Omen flash better than Breach ult. Confirm.
Now around the corner, it's going to be Serena the 1v1. But here, the ticks go. It's a little too close, and Thea should be able to hold it down. Serena doesn't have time for the defuse.
Wow, okay. FlyQuest gets a 9.
Just couldn't get it to half Thea. The perfect timing.
And now, oh, I'm looking at the wrong team.
To force
Well, there you go. Omen flash better than Breach ult. Who would have thought?
Would have fell to that spray from the Vandal.
Where's the money gone? Zeta Division spending through all of it. That was a close one, though.
They almost got half as well.
They are, with that experience, really coming to the fore.
Timeout Zeta.
What an effort for.
Last time they took a timeout, it went pretty well for them. But now on an eco as well. Oh man, look at the kills on FlyQuest. Look how close it is. Oh my god, my shoulder. Oh, is this how people live in like chronic pain? Jesus. This is for Zerastics as well. Spain reduces the time you get numb, you listen to Linkin Park. You're gonna get used to it, old.
Always taking them at the perfect time and then calling a big ultimate round off the back of it.
I wonder how many 50 plus viewers I have.
They're getting close to that rolling thunder, to the Hunter's Fury, so
I would guess not many.
You have to keep your eyes on what they've got cooked up with those.
Okay, they make quite a play, Zeta, for that B control.
My dad is next to me. Does he count? Is he watching me? Say hi to Cold Jazz's dad. What does he think of your name, Cold Jazz? Can't even fathom playing Valorant at 50. Look, I mean, when we're 50, we'll be fucking. I'll still be playing games. I don't know about you, but I'll be playing games.
Where they were taking that jiggle peek. Fly content just leaving off, making that noise there. Akko hearing all of
Val?
tiles and yeah, time to get out.
I mean, maybe not Val. Val 2, maybe.
Just the sheriff. I wish he wants to be at all. Here come FlyQuest either way. Fast lane to get them across through market fault line.
You think there'll ever be like a League 2?
Looks like Serena got pinged out there briefly now. Aftershock thrown up, but Dodo doesn't care about it. Pushes in.
Oh, losable.
Serena and Akko are there, and the sheriff is still going to work.
Oh, the sheriff reload.
Finds 2. Moko's tucked here. Lace doesn't check it. A freebie essentially, and our TP back across. Suzu could
Shot by Ev.
there, but Ev has been so good at locking it down. And Moko can't chase Starbound. 2v1. Moko low. Starbound takes a shot through the wall.
Oh, took a shot as well.
The FlyQuest. Tooth and nail. Get into the lead.
There was so much damage and so little time for Fly. They just eked that round by barely. Damage does matter though still from Zeta in this situation. Fly's economy is being kept honest. It is breakable, and that could be enough for ZETA to get this over the finish line, to get their first map win for
Val is getting rewritten in Unreal Engine 5, so he might be getting a Val too. Yeah, I mean, at some point there probably will be a big enough like technology leap gap that it probably becomes maybe worth, you know, making like new versions of like League and shit. I could assume that. You know what I mean? Like if you go to like just like game engines that were so much better that you kind of just had to. Okay, nice by ZETA. Going back to what they did on Haven a bit. These are very proactive aggro plays. That's unlucky with that. Oh, and the ult missed.
They're able to get back now in through alley to this A site.
Players are weak. Ev has the Hunter's Fury.
Thoughts on Lev roster? We'll see after this. Big kill from Echo. God, it feels so chaotic now. These last like 3 rounds have been just pure chaos. Nice trip here by the Cypher. Know if they're re-wrapping them. Have a cage. See where that comes from. Well played by ZETA. Good shit. Love this trip. Really well played by the Cypher. Lev roster, I think Lev will be an interesting team to watch because you don't know. Could go either way with Lev, I think. They either might be really good or really bad. Not really bad, but you know, pretty bad.
What do we have out of the timeout from Ryota? Different traps set up in the mix where Starbound has been solo taking B main control, punished to the maximum straight away.
The horse is so dead, you're kicking a jar of glue.
Huh?
Yep. That's the dead horse that's being beaten.
Ah, oh, yeah, we're returning to that one. That took me a second. Huh?
Working with you, Wyatt. Working with you. You can't deny its impact though. ZETA with a great fallback on A that round. Smoke to top mid and fly. This time they dial the tempo down.
Hot take, SPG can beat Gen G. You're fucking out your mind, boy.
More than an awkward buy. It's a massive risk. They were just a sheriff. Look at the status of the credits. They've less than 1,000 combined.
Yeah, this will be
This is
a
everything
big
for
round.
This is must win. After a round where they expended their ultimates as
But then
well.
again, this might be an eco if they. This is a crazy crucial round.
For the attackers. And they're going to be given control of halls here.
Mid push. Gonna be another crazy A retake. They don't have a trip here though.
Look at the map control for the defenders. Lace though, aware. She comes off second best in that trade though.
And now look at the urgency in the FlyQuest players.
Oh, they got him.
Feeling the pressure of the flight. Yeah, they don't want to fall back towards B, but that's alright. Frankly, their
Got him with a little omen ult.
So things haven't changed too much.
This is some cypher pressure. Oh, 1 for 1.
Fast double swing, traded out 1 for 1.
Okay, those were the most proximate players for ZETA towards the site.
And with UR down, that was a Hunter's Fury they were intending to retake with.
Suzu though won away from a showstopper. Aftershock here for Arco, but she is
What? And that gets ult.
Showstopper instantly, she is going for it. Where are the targets?
What? What?
Somehow Suzu presciently knows Ev's gonna try and swing that. Suzu's still running rampant over the side, and it's down to Starbound.
Gotta get on it.
It has to be a 1v3 in this pivotal round for FlyQuest, but a triple swing from ZETA Division surely seals the deal.
Wow.
Look at the status of the economics now for Fly after that fantastic retake from ZETA. It's Suzu again with a paint shell that gets the orb into the showstopper, makes the space. The rocket doesn't even connect, but it doesn't matter because the headshots, just the raw aim with the Vandal.
Suzu must have seen Eva around that corner just a little bit. That first paint shell, absolutely brilliant.
Nice. And then a perfect setup to clean up that 3 versus 1 as well. Tap onto the spike, instant double swing through the dark cover. Too many targets.
I'm out FlyQuest. Money low. Yeah, Suzu going crazy. Suzu just refusing to get kills with the ult, but everything else amazing. Ult kills? No. Too easy. Okay, last time out, 11-10, close as it could be. This has been a fun game. Okay, here we go.
Good map for them as well. ZETA Division have looked comfortable there in the past, but now all eyes on this round number 22. A round where Fly have had to call that
And as I
timeout.
say, it's an eco now.
Is essentially broken. And ZETA have it all to show.
4 sheriffs. Only one ultimate that they're really close to for any of these future rounds. That's going to be Dodo getting the overdrive, which has been a thorn in the side of ZETA. It's an ult that they
Big Cypher
struggled
cam.
to deal with. Had in the qualifier, and frankly that has carried over to
Drone
this
comes
event
out and
as
clears
well.
it, so they know that they haven't gone up
That
with the
is a
smoke.
future danger they may have to contend with, but they need to work their way through this sheriff round
They
already.
destroyed the camera.
Fly have already won an eco on this half, so can never count them out.
And Dodo not realize that there is some decent presence there for ZETA and top mid, so elsewhere they're headed. So
Oh!
that's the relay ball that's going to catch her out. FlyQuest here.
Oh, that tag 2? Suzu getting more nade kills. What?
And there's more where that came from, surely. Starbound gets in onto the side, but they're looking haggard. Suzu ready for the next wave of challenges.
Suzu literally selling arcane bundles as we speak. They get to map point.
Hunter's Fury expended, but at the perfect moment. A round that ZETA could not afford to lose. The damage dealt with that. And also just forcing Fly.
I don't even remember this many Raze nade kills. This is like old back in the day, like old Raze nade that used to deal like twice as much damage.
With a superior weapon, superior health, close things out. And now Donut does have that overdrive I was mentioning previously into this round. Something to keep your eyes on, no doubt.
It's a regulation.
Well, exec. Must win. You have Neon ult.
Once again, Dono's been looking for these openings here, but has struggled to find them.
Oh, we're getting caught by that.
For that aftershock there.
Chance for more Suzu. Raze nade kills!
More paint shells, more carnage. Suzy finds it, another one that goes a little bit low here, and Lakes is able to bring them down. Player advantage still for ZETA as they fall back to the site.
They just need to stabilize.
They have Omen ult to get across if they need
Play
to.
to what they're good at. Play to this retake. They have all the advantage they could possibly need. The neural theft comes out, but frankly, that's going to make Fly feel afraid. They can't go back. They have to go forward. They have to try to plant on A.
As a neural, all of Fly's plans.
I think you've just got to try and make a play with this. Neon ult, just go crazy.
The fault line just cycled up for
You tap?
but one goes down. Dangerous.
Wow. They got him with the tap. And they run. Oh, the TP! Now what do you do?
This is so cheeky. She could be anywhere. Fly have to clear everything.
Might be a passive line here that Moko's holding. She's not looking to swing it. It's going to be a plant at the back of the site here.
But they might think maybe cancelled, maybe went nowhere.
And the danger now is that Fly can just deathball trade this one.
What a shot.
What a shot into the 2v2.
Moko doesn't quite know about the Boba presence, but that's being pinged out now.
They were forced to break the recon, make noise.
Oh! Oh!
The timing! Moko with one more!
Oh, GG!
Japan had secured their first map in an international and a game-changing championship. We're going all the way.
And you can just see how bad Suzu wanted this. Second time at a GCC, hadn't been able to win a map yet. Dropped 30 plus to carry that over the finish line. Several showstoppers in the second half.
Still on the raise, by the way, the more antiquated pick in many people's opinions, but my goodness. She gets used
Yeah, the race looked pretty good there.
Dropped 31 to win that map.
Unbelievable stuff. We're on deck for a map number.
Okay, map 3. I mean, that was a banger map, to be fair. That was a great map of Valorant that you just watched. We'll be back with map 3. What was map 3, by the way? Anyone know? What was this saying on the first map? To be fair, they did a similar thing against Crew. Where they, oh, it's Ascent. They did a similar thing against Crew where they kind of, it took them a time to warm up. Like, they kind of started really slow. It's like, oh, they're going to just get battered. And then they just kind of warmed up and started winning a couple games, winning a couple rounds against Crew. But on both maps, it just kind of happened too late. And they were just dug themselves too much of a hole. Kind of like on map 1. Themed symbols. Come on. 7-1. Don't give a shit. Oh, Green Day songs. I do know Green Day songs. But I can't be bothered. 30 picks and 60 flags of Europe. Oh. Come on. This is too easy for DMV. Well, it is 60 seconds. But it's just finding them. It's just finding them in the fucking mess of it all. Oh, fuck off. Tough. Car logos. This one will be harder. Peugeot. Fuck, don't know. Volvo. I need more time with this. Aston Martin. Mazda. Fuck, what? Subaru is the stars, isn't it? Not a clue. BMW. Not a clue. Not a clue. Do know it, but can't think. Oh, Mitsubishi. You. Honda. What's Honda's? This? It's Hyundai. This? That was well done. Nissan. It's you. Renault. Jag. Mercedes. Audi. Porsche. Seat. Cadillac. Volkswagen. Bentley. Got 60. Not bad. Ah. Let's place in alphabetical order. Yeah, I only got that kind of too late. This one I can get, surely. Bruh. With 11 seconds to spare. The GOAT. Europe. Fuck me. You fucking clown. Oh, tough one. Not bad. Not bad. If I wouldn't have just clicked Belgium randomly.
Serena decided to stay and just
Okay, I'll be back in a sec.
first map. We were talking about how she was being caught up time and time again on the attack. You know, being the Cypher, you have to watch the flank, and she wasn't getting the numbers. And in this one, on this burst, she was on a different level, Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Starbound was just diffing her in that first map, and she felt that. Sat on the stage, and you know what? Hard work pays off. What a phenomenal turnaround. Look at those stats from one to the other. And I went back and looked with this team at when the last time Serena played a map like Sunset and wasn't in the bottom 2 on the scoreboard. Didn't happen. Didn't happen for this squad before. This is the best performance at just the right time.
I'm telling you, from now on, we're going to have more players, because, you know, the first time that you see that everybody had left their chairs, it was just her. It's not that everybody's staying there and just taking the little time that you have to talk a little bit about things. She's like, no, I just need to be by myself. I need to fix this one thing. This one thing is going to make me feel better. And girl, it sure did.
It was that reset. And
Totally.
I love how she was able to really rally back, especially since, you know, a lot of players can put so much pressure on themselves on this stage, right? And, you know, the Game Changers players are no different to that. We saw how she was able to just wipe off map 1 from her head, reset, go back to I just woke up and I'm just going to play the best game ever. That's what you see, right? And I think that really showed with the rest of ZETA Division too. They've been saying how in Pacific, you know, their mantra is really to play together as a team. And I think that really showed, especially since there was so much more aggression from ZETA Division this time around.
Yeah, exactly. I grabbed an example because I think that especially as the rounds were piling up and that second half, we saw FlyQuest maybe going in a little bit too deep. And as you're saying, ZETA playing together, doing this early aggression that also, you know, makes FlyQuest just go on the aggression, but also they are ready with all the utility and all the different positions to be very aware of the space that they're given, where the utility can be used against them and how they can take those duels. And even in these situations, on many days you would give this 3v3 to go on FlyQuest's side, the way that they force them to burn this kind of utility, dodge everything, and win the duels, also have the trust and the confidence to take those duels, to see themselves as winners.
And I think a big part of that was the fact that Serena had this big turnaround. In fact, in this very clip, the first kill, the one getting aggressive, is Serena and Co. And the fact that she had already played so many rounds to the best of her ability, started to feel it and say, all right, Starbound, you caught me every time I tried to push last map. But this time around, it's going to be different. What a turnaround it was from this squad. And you know the best part? I started out in this video saying, when we move on to Ascent, that's somewhere that I'm excited to see, because I think that last time Suzu was besting Dodds. Suzu is on fire right now. Going into a map where she was able to shut down Dodds. This is a scary time to be a FlyQuest Red fan.
Oh yeah, and you can see, you know, the whole of FlyQuest Red, though, they're jumping up and down and they're getting their energy up too, right? Yeah. We just saw Thea, and I believe it was Ev jumping up and down, just, you know, trying to get that energy, keep that energy up.
Flowing.
Yeah.
Energy flowing, because of course the last map is going to be that Ascent. And do not forget, we have Lace subbing in for Sunder. Now, one of the characteristics of this Ascent was the deadlock coming in. And even though Lace, we talk about her versatility, one agent she has not played yet is the deadlock. So, you know, we heard from Jovi saying there might be some surprises here and there. Is Ascent going to be part of that?
Yeah, and one other factor as well, Serena on fire. This is usually a map where, like pretty much every map, where Starbound thrives. Well, if Serena is able to take the fight to Starbound, it's going to be a very different game we get to witness.
Well, who is going to take this indeed? Well, chat, you can get in and vote right now. ZETA or FlyQuest, do spam in chat right now, because I feel like this is now even. It is now 50-50 for both of these teams. Maybe during map 1, we probably favored FlyQuest. Maybe in map 2, now suddenly it's like ZETA's going up. Who is it going to be?
I mean, it's difficult, right? Because we were having the conversation of maybe that Haven was not the best of picks. Maybe this Ascent, after the performance that we saw against Crew, and what you were saying, Mitch, would have been a better situation. But I think that right now the ball is on FlyQuest Yard. Like, they need to decide if they're going to allow this to happen, because they've become their worst enemy.
Yeah, most certainly. There's a lot of factors that we've talked about here today, but I'm assuming that's just because it's early, no? 90% swinging to ZETA. Hey, listen, we're in good company today, Mika.
Hey, that's insane too, considering it's like what time right now over in over in APAC, right? They're most of them are actually asleep. This is quite impressive.
Here I go
think they're
again.
feeling,
On
exactly
my
how much
own.
teamwork improved on the side of ZETA.
You'd think they'd be asleep. Maybe they've got good friends. Because if I was over there and ZETA win a map, you better wake me up.
Mitch, wake up because we're going to
Ooh.
we're going into
Oh, we
Ascent,
got a
and
deadlock
we're
at least.
seeing that deadlock on Lace.
Very NA
Exactly,
of
and I
them.
think that yesterday, in case you have not seen this, you know, composition on the works, it thrives so much on those post plans. And I love the fact that they're starting on the attack because that is where it's going to shine the most. Yes, it is already difficult enough to enter the side with 2 Sentinels, but if they are able to get the same space that they were getting in Sunset, as into going onto side and getting the spike down, that is when he's going to favor them, and that was not a problem for them in the second map.
Well, it's worth saying as well that
Oh,
Lace
dearie me.
It's very easy to focus. ZETA just won the map. Of course, we want to talk about that. But Lace fit
God,
in
why does this hurt so
beautifully. See if
much?
he can do it on the deadlock.
It's map number 3. The winner moves on to face Falcons Vega tomorrow, and the loser goes home. One last time, here's Uber and Wyatt.
Okay, this will be the final map that I watch. I'll end the stream after this one. I mean, one. I'm in pain. I'm hurting. I'm playing hurt. Oh, fucking hell. So you're lucky you've even got this.
We've got to talk about the deadlock because if ZETA do want to play for these retakes, it gets harder going up against that Sentinel.
Absolutely, and that's their bread and butter. That's what was winning them so many rounds on Sunset. Full set A retakes. You just can't do that against a deadlock. You have to flood in before that utility comes in, or just fight.
You gotta hold the site against the no flash gun.
Getting out of A main, getting out of B main.
Must hold sites.
ZETA are going to have to be very proactive. They can't play their
Okay,
usual
KO
style.
knife B
Speaking of
and then
proactivity,
into straight
round one,
mid aggro.
5 players down mid.
This is rather exploratory, isn't it? 1-for-1 here. Moko trying to hold it down there from Catwalk side. And
How is this
ZETA
silver
aren't done
lit?
here. They're still committing players to tiles. But that
Oh, this is off.
FlyQuest to get into be unhindered and set up that deadlock wall over towards Market. You are though eventually
Chasing them down.
looking for.
Yeah, they knew that Ev was caught in the spawn. All 3 players were rotating to be able to find that pick. 3 players who, by the way, have far more combined
I like this. Wait for this Sova. Wait for the time for them to break the...
danger of going down just to 1 sheriff shot. Even just a sheriff wall bang would be enough.
Still, there's a lot to cover this. Look at the deadlock util set up here in this post plant. Blake's a true plug-and-play option coming in for Sonda. Oh, there it is. There's that sheriff hit that you were talking about. Here's the sit net. Still, Lace and Thea. Strong wind to blow them over at this point. They are very, very low. And ZETA are coming in with 3 here. They are hoping to take some contact and gets off the angle.
Nice from ZETA. Okay, they win their first pistol.
In the ZETA division, get themselves that pistol.
And what a time to mention proactivity as they 5-push mid, top of the round. Better trades for Fly initially, but it was really heads up from ZETA. There was that duel taken with Ev over towards A side. They realized the rest of the team, they're trying to get the B side that they know is free, easy to take. Time to just cut off Ev as a unit. Take them down. And then that superior HP working together, completely circumventing the deadlock util, by the way, and exploding out of B main with what little util they had.
FlyQuest have won every pistol, I think, thus far, so...
Exactly what they needed to win.
And again, ZETA did win a second round last time. And almost won the other second round as well. Now again, for me, this comp attacking first, this is going to be tough for FlyQuest.
Another push up on Catwalk here. Suzu determined.
Again, you just want to hold the sites. They don't have a flash. Just hold.
Towards B, where your Sentinel's typically going to be playing.
Pushing mid a lot. There's the spike.
What a connection.
But Suzu's going crazy.
Another one, perhaps? Dodo asking for it. Stay of execution for the Jet of FlyQuest Red.
At this point, it is all but over for FlyQuest. A bit of a risky jump from Suzu, all good. If these players do try to get into B main, the only place they can go, they'll be meeting some mollies. You are backside, spam through main. It's a bit tough for Fly at this point.
Dodo here, essentially stuck on Speedway, with a couple players separated from her by that dark cover. So Moko goes to check this for free. And he has some spray back through that smoke, but Moko can go to work with them here.
Okay. Flaws for ZETA, pretty nice round. So twice now already they pushed mid.
Pure bonus round that is going to allow them to bring
USDA, grade A, bona fide, grass-fed, pasture-raised.
every single gun into the next. Economy is looking excellent for ZETA already. We'll see what FlyQuest can do now with this deadlock on attack. I'm wondering if this is something that ZETA frequently go up against. Really, in Japan, this is obviously a very common comp over in NA that you need some good experience
Okay, we're gonna get the
practicing
Jet Outlaw here. We got full shields on everyone.
Just need to be ready for this adjustment.
Oh, we're going for the aggro. Oh, did the dart just miss?
Set play on the bonus. Expect nothing less from ZETA.
I think that dart just missed.
Dark cover, the recon over into
I don't know where it hit,
net
but
any kills, but it does net map control.
Suffocating. All of FlyQuest now corralled essentially towards the tile side of the map.
so again, just really forcing them.
Towards top mid.
And you don't have a drone here, so this is probably just gonna be a full B exit.
Doesn't opt to be the other side of the pins here.
Unfortunately for them, they've rotated the other way.
Through here. And this KJ has to get to work.
They're trying to deal with this Molotov on the ground, but they weren't actually able to break it with the shock nor the spam from
Do I watch League?
So
No.
small bit of util to still contend with if they intend on going for that B play. They have to re-clear all of mid now as well. Dark cover for Cat, indicating that they want to go for this B split.
No true rifles for ZETA for this bonus. Oh, there it
I
is.
watched
Light
Arcane.
serves it up.
I've watched season 1.
And again, this is full armor for all of FlyQuest. It's got to be headshots. Suzu gets
And
the
they're gonna be
perfect
coming
opener.
in.
That's the deadlock down for the
Ares
post-plant
spam.
strategy.
30 seconds left.
Suzu's going to be on this angle as well. Opportunity for another.
Tailwind available. They are going to be
Wow.
caught. Suzu gets away with murder
Spike.
again.
Door shot.
At large. Here's the ZETA Division duelist. Ev's going to be posted up there just around the corner. Spotted here.
Wow,
goes for
got
the pin,
two.
finds two. Wayward spray. 2 headshots still as a result of it, and Suzu looks to challenge. Gets rid of the scoped weapon. And
Wow. Okay, ZETA, here we go. As I say, I think this is gonna be tough for them here, FlyQuest.
So confident on that flood. Suzu
I mean, Suzu just became a different player around me.
Momentum, that same fire from the second half of Sunset, where she took over the game, extending the lead, extending the economic lead, crucially here as well. On typically the favorite
Snake
side
at
of
1
Ascent,
HP.
the snowball is rolling. Ryota is so hyped up. Jovi, a bit more silent than he was on Haven.
Absolutely ropeable.
Right here.
Keeps the outlaw.
Suzu just like,
No
"Give me the
surprise.
bulldog, let me go to work."
We have full A exit.
5-1.
I mean, by the way, I fucking hate this gun.
ZETA Division have that firepower.
Hate shit.
Hell of a lot of light armors to shoot at from Suzu. No reason to upgrade just yet. But even with the Ops little brother, you can still see the impact that any of those long-range scoped weapons has defensively on this map. It's crucial for your jet to be hitting with those.
Moko's got to be quick on her feet here. Dodo not dealt with now as the rest of FlyQuest are stuck behind the KO util. Nicely done by Arco.
Really good molly from
This
Arco.
is
That's
like
exactly what you want to do
you
against these
must
sight
this
insects.
bit of utility here, this
Expose
Omen
the
Flash.
jet on the dash in.
You have to use it, and it has to be used well. In this comp, it is a whenever you choose to exec, you must use it then, and it must be good.
Make contact you will. Still starve out. Lucky. 5 HP left on them. Straight to speed.
And you did get in onto the site.
Util set up now to make the post part a bit more painful, but look at how damaged FlyQuest are.
You're gonna get this deadlock goal. Pop
We've
it.
already mentioned it, but it is that deadlock util that is going to be the important factor.
I was saying like an Omen ult here, Omen ult into main.
Yeah, with this gun advantage, with Suzu actually picking up the Vandal, exchanging with a weak Moko that
Guess
should
I'm just
be
gonna
able to
drone
win
it,
this
but-
favored retake situation.
Okay, Ev's gonna be lit here. Suzu to capitalize on the ping.
Well played by ZETA, nice clear.
So well done.
Lace with annihilation here. All of ZETA Division now, they've got the pieces on the board. It's time to find the checkmate. Time is getting a little bit
Why
short.
you use it?
Annihilation for Lace might go awry if she fires it off here. There's
Go
the
on.
catch. Suzu now
Scrim
getting reeled in
ZETA
and
on
Serena
Ascent
down.
and they were not good on
Push up
Ascent.
from FlyQuest.
What
Hold
happened,
their ground.
FlyQuest
Arco trying
Red?
to free
I pledge you to
the
reach the
leader.
grand
Suzu
final.
gets the frag. Another one out of the cocoon. She emerges and she brings the house down. But there just wasn't time for ZETA to get a defuse.
Just so
Zoltar
much
just
delay from
scrim
that
ZETA?
annihilation.
That's
That was
cool.
so regimented from ZETA, dealing with B main with the recon and the Suzu dash into the smoke. It just took them too much time. That delay from the deadlock, even
Yeah, but
in a
Suzu
round
also
like
woke up.
that, is the significant factor. What an effort from Suzu at the end.
4 kills out of the Annihilation.
Mental.
Arco looking to rescue the spiritual leader there.
Okay, big win though for Fly.
The economy for Fly still hangs in the balance, so you will take that if you're Zeta. Suzu pops those blades instantly into the round, foregoing a rifle.
This spam could be deadly. Okay, you guys are able to find one. M trades it out. Neural theft now. For Starbound.
Okay, they get the site again.
Basically set up towards mid. Pings over towards
Got it
spawn
now.
as well. As Lakes will look to set up some sort of post.
A slightly deeper trip will probably catch them out.
Okay, Hunter's Fury here.
Oh, couldn't see them.
The rest of Fly looking to capitalize.
Obscured the view.
That's right, she couldn't quite see that. Also tagged with that last hit of the Fury. Suzu with the Blade Storm, though, still has some work to do. They've got to get into the site. Our drone to come out to get an early read on Zeta's
Used that
retake.
flash a bit too early.
Ping Suzu, or at least attempts to. In she comes. Moko TPing to the site, gets the information, gonna cancel that straight away, and Suzu needs to find a way through this. Util F brought down, Blades refreshed. A second for Suzu, and there's still more to find into Boathouse, and Thea's able to bring it down. 3 versus 1. Thea against the world, it feels. And she can't hold on. Arco will get the defuse done. And Zeta, another round on the board.
Big win. This might be another eco.
But just able to get it to half. Moko with a
Every round in this game just feels like it's on a knife edge. Suzu is just taking over though. It's like Laz at fucking Reykjavik.
Irrelevant. Just that little jump, throwing Ev's aim off was enough to find that Blade Storm kill last second. Heading into the Savanian, and Suzu's jet was by far her lowest rated duelist. Look at the step up, hitting that next level.
Time out, Fly.
First. Female solo Radiant.
11-2. So after this, there is another game, but as I say, I will be ending the stream. I mean, honestly, I'm in such pain. Zarastic's desperate for a win. Who else is it that would, whose other team is it? It is, Zarastix is Zeta versus, where are they? FlyQuest. Oh, Benji Fishy Armhair. Benji Fishy Armhair's FlyQuest Red. So this could be it for Benji Fishy Armhair's FlyQuest Red.
Alarm bot placed, the Molly rather, placed on the left side, and UR was just firing.
TMV, my name is also Zeta. I know, I got that. I know, you said. But you're always Zarastix. Once you get your name, like Ain't Me 2 is not meant to be Ain't Me 2, but it's Ain't Me 2. You know, once you get the name, you know, the name is there.
That's why you can post up aggressively with an open like
Is Zarastix.
Now Suzu with the operator in hands. Last round didn't have it just because economically they needed to use the Blade Storm. A Serena elsewhere on the map. That was just B main able to find that first. A bit of spam through.
Yeah, helped with the open spam, I think. That was it.
Anti-eco, a stabilization round from Zeta.
FlyQuest don't shoot the dart there that comes in from UR. 2 of them get lit up inside B main. Oh, Dodonut really testing the waters here. Suzu doesn't leave the angle, not for a moment though. They are elsewhere going down. That's that B-main presence, of course, utterly neutralized.
Wow, what an ice-cold shot from Dodonut.
Can she do it again? She's gonna have to, that's the problem. Just what Dodonut has to do to mimic a fraction of Zeta's power right now is unreasonable.
Oh, I mean, this round.
I mean, Zeta's power that's being
probably over.
By fearless play. Again, just the juxtaposition between the Zeta that we're seeing at GCC and the Zeta that was qualifying here that got 3-0'd by Zipto. A Zeta that were lacking the confidence at times, even in each other, to swing for each other, to take duels where they felt favored. And now we're seeing them play like this. It's a team that has made such an improvement in that crucial aspect of the game just in the past month or so.
Where were all the Asia Doomers? Where are they now?
All of the little plays
Zipto won. Zeta might win.
Extracting every ounce of value that it possibly could.
Arco was saying there were no nerves for Zeta.
Do I watch My Little Pony? No.
Now they're going to taste of the stage, and they're like a fish to water.
It's 1 AM TMV? Not for me, it's not.
Another great ping off FQR. Now she's able to actually use Hunter's Fury with information.
Wow.
Because of the drone being popped.
We are dying of sleep deprivation.
Flying on a gun round.
I mean, you don't have to be up.
For the North American squad. And they're already down a player.
Overall gets a kill.
And now what? How do you try to re-clear mid with no Sova utility?
And again, you just got no flash. Like, dealing with these guns, like, this is why this comp doesn't make sense on this map either. Because these guns are very common. And you just don't have as many tools to deal with what these guns. Okay, you do kill the Killjoy though, that's pretty big.
Exposing the B site is all on UR with the Odin in the back. At least needs to find one or just survive so the flood can come in.
Help is on the way. UR didn't want to
Big
wait
shot from Donut.
Goes for a pretty audacious swing. Donut does punish that. That's going to even up the numbers here. Still from all angles, ZETA can come in for a retake. Arco has a flash to work with. Even
They got plenty of time.
So they check close. They see nothing. Cam those spots Arco coming. She doesn't seem to mind that though. Here's the flash. Paranoia also in the boathouse now. If there's a swing, it's a kill for Suzu. Sit net used. Donut still with that third.
Hit both of them.
Then ZETA still have to take a further step forward. Into the breach they go. And Donut is waiting for the operator to show, but likes
wow.
And from Speedway,
Patience again by ZETA, just playing it well, yeah, just waiting.
Sitting there, never feeling the pressure of the clock of the time dwindling. They're just so clean. They allow Fly to expose themselves to the angles. And the second that shot rings out, Moko swings as well. They are just in the flow state. I mean, Jovi looks so stunned at this point compared to where they were at on Haven.
You have nothing to force Suzu off these angles anymore.
I didn't even realize that was just intuition. That was a wallbang. Maybe saw the cross, I'm going to imagine, but
7 rounds in, Suzu 14-3. This is domain expansion, folks.
And on map 2, Moko had really kind of taken a step back after dragging them through some rounds on Haven. But
I love the KO stat line. 1, 2, and 10.
Fly are struggling.
They need to get some post-blast Fly Quest. They've got to get into these sites.
Now you're just fucked. Round over.
A lot of info for ZETA Division. They know what's afoot here.
Maybe not over. Okay, we go 1 for 1.
Some action through mid there. That was a trade. Suzu down early. Annihilation comes out.
Okay, Dodo.
Dodo is getting in and
oh no.
Oh no. Straight into the line of fire.
When I said round over, I meant, of course,
miles away.
in favor of Flycliff.
There with that spray, but she is down to 5 paltry points of HP. The deadlock wall in the way, and Lace will get there. FlyQuest with a MasterCard Thrifty come up for air.
Just a straight up full A execute as they drew it up in the playbook. With that barrier coming over top to cut off that pressure that could come in from
TMV Omen play?
Wow.
My Omen is great, I'll have you know.
Yeah, that dual win in mid, and then unfortunately
put me on Omen, bro. Put me on Omen, bro.
She's trying to get behind Dice, maybe.
Yeah, was feeling the pressure of that annihilation. Was just.
What do I make of Deadlock on this map? Look, Deadlock has uses on this map that are fairly decent. I really don't like this comp. Like, if you want to play SR's comp with the Yoru instead, that's fine. But I just think that this... I mean, look, they'll on defense side, you would imagine they'd still be pretty good, but...
ZETA have been splashing the cash.
I just think your attack side is so limited. You're just asking to lose, like, 9-3, 10-2. If you don't want to attacking pistol, it just feels like... Good luck.
She's going to be stymied briefly by this tripwire, so won't challenge that, but good information picked up either way.
Moko just jiggling, ready to fall back at sight of any players, and doesn't even see one, but here's a couple, so time to get out of there. Both paranoid, and that molly as well. Moko is in so much trouble backside.
There's a gap in the molly. Flyco's able to get in onto the side. Moko's going to be brought down. No use for the
And the Deadlock util, I think, hit them.
The spray is good from heaven.
They don't even
need... isn't coming.
Just play patient. They don't even need to fight right now with the lockdown coming in. They're getting forced out.
Taya has to play from behind here. Starbound, though, has gotten into a decent backstab position, but it seems Serena is aware of it. At least to a degree.
But if you come all the way around here...
Taya doesn't have ultimate, but can still walk this spike out. The issue is that Suzu finally made her way out of B and is set up to interrupt this, to catch the cross.
That's the thing, this is the spike.
If Suzu hits this shot, it is over the dark cover. There is Giga Brain. Obviously, here's that, and oh my god, Serena was actually ready, cleared that angle, but Starbound wins the duel. Does Suzu just try and fight this right now? There's only 12 seconds. Starbound needs to assist.
They're going to be on the line. They're going to be ready to catch the cross. Starbound goes into the cyber cages. Arco tentatively tries to get across. Suzu is well headed to Speedway. Spike down. Starbound
should get a free kill on Thea, maybe.
Suzu Peek. She finds it! And now it's dangerous here for Starbound.
Wow. I mean, Thea did well to realize this was a possibility and get the spike down, but they just never knew where that jet was.
The utmost importance for them to just keep this momentum going. After the eco round win from Fly, they could have snatched
Suzu was just a complete unknown.
But yet again, reduced to nothing. They tried their best in that situation. It was a cool play from Thea and Starbound, but this flood from Zeta, again, it's just oozing this confidence on every round. They're playing to the most aggressive win cons. They do understand how to play around this deadlock completely. Getting back in with that lockdown to an extent, I got worried that they were even playing too confident. But it's UR getting in with that Odin, spraying down 2.
You can tell they're having fun. Thea doesn't dark cover that cross from Tiles. The round's over then and there. Great presence of mind to throw that up.
And again, with the way these rounds are playing out, we have to keep
Okay,
watching the
A split
economy. So
here.
many players going down on both sides.
Op takes
Both
deep
teams
line here.
at risk of
KO
an eco
Molly.
round right now.
Well timed.
Critical round late in the half.
Fragment here is going to slow FlyQuest down. Dodo doesn't want to dash across it. Still, Tailwind is at the ready though, which is going to use it to come forward instead. Moko.
That's a big kill.
Going to be brought down, but Arco here from heaven.
This is not where you want to be. You don't want to be in this spot. They have a sensor. They got the wall up. You know you have to come from heaven.
They do have to take the time now, breaking that barrier mesh over towards tree. It is
Still got
obnoxious.
Omen
Those
Flash.
finally go down. I know they're going to have to contend with these trips as well. Suzu
Wow,
on top.
Suzu
Low
though.
HP. 16 and 4 for Suzu. Late's trying to get the spray down here from hell. It's not bad. Good util as well. Sonic sensor goes off. It's going to slow Zeta as they try and get across. You are speculating, trying to find Late's
Wow.
position, and they get her in the end.
They kill. They just win every fight here as they're coming out of heaven.
Which is about as good as it gets.
Just swinging together as a team, all of them flooding in from heaven, and it's Suzu cracking the door open with the updraft.
Just feels like they're,
Up to
as a
such
team,
low
just
HP,
peaking right
couldn't
now.
connect that
Everyone's
initial
just kind of,
nub, and then there you go, the last one. If Starbound
you know, just
wins
on
that,
it.
we're
They
looking
win
at a
those two
totally
fights.
different round.
Crazy.
Suzu at the moment just cannot be stopped. White hot.
There's a looseness from Zeta that seems to be working in their favor. They are just taking that challenge heaven. As soon as there's action on the side from FlyQuest, there's no fear. We don't see any players turning away, running away from overdrives. None of that attitude anymore from Zeta Division. They want the fight.
Full light shield. Suzu goes back to an outlaw.
Being planted, they're not going to be on that pure eco. Again, a full investment to the extent that Dodo just has a judge, just a stinger for Ev, who at least has the Hunter's Fury. Dodo is in desperate need of closing the gap here, finding an opportunity to use this shotgun, but just caught immediately.
Suzu finds that one instead. Serena was waiting for it. Now reveals her position in Tiles, but you are.
Yeah, we're just forcing it now. They've kind of lost their mind here a bit.
The force up for FlyQuest is going to fall
They
flat on its
forced.
face.
I mean, which is the right thing to do, by the way, at this spot. But
With a whole lot to do with a spike out in front of them on the other side of the wall, and Paranoia will claim it.
we might get an early payout. Anyone want to risk the early payout? Anyone want to sacrifice themselves, potentially?
Absolutely crushed. Fantastic. Those
18 kills for Suzu, by the way.
It is meant. I mean, what was that air shot?
Oh, from Market.
After the updraft from Dodo.
I'll sacrifice
slide
thinking
down,
man's
Dodo
wheat bix.
punished, picks up the angle on main again, where still it's you are fighting at the smoke, playing off of the mollies that are being set up by Serena.
I mean, have to take second time out again.
Bonus
Just
that is keeping Fly economically in this to any reasonable extent here. A lot of light armors, but at least a few Vandals.
Two players for Fly here towards the top of the mid now. The narrative has to shift, and the question asked, do Fly get eliminated from GCC again in straight series?
And that is the risk that both of these teams are at right now. Just being eliminated into. It happened to Suzu last time she was at GCC in 2022. Couldn't get a series win. Is so close right now. Never been closer. And oh, I mean, is just determined to get there at all costs. The reaction time is
Suzu's just going crazy.
Although,
Although,
well, a good little bit of damage amongst it.
4v4.
Akko does fall though, that's through mid, so Fly.
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game, it's an FQR.
Only 2 players here though.
Hi.
Oh, they're coming back. Oh, what a play! I mean, that was like probably the. Ganazi, thanks for the 2 months. I mean, it was a crazy Omen TP. It was a crazy position to Omen TP as well. Maybe just looking for info, but if we get a 9-3, no sacrifice.
Think of all the
Thinking
delay
man's
this is going to
Weetabix
cause.
will
You
be
are
saved.
having
Oh no, it's
to waste
Wheatbix.
valuable seconds just breaking that piece of util.
They're coming for a double full flank. There is no Cypher trip there.
Going to wrap around here. This is going to be a pretty late emergence for Zeta Division from that A main side. Oh, Annihilation. You are able to
Got
get
it.
away. No! Caught! That's an Adder
Now
Annihilation.
no one's shooting it. Suspicious?
And there's nothing that can be
No
done
one's shooting the door?
to save the Heaven player. You are will have to capitulate. And now again, Suzu and Serena far too late to really have any step to
9-3, there
this.
you go. Okay, winnable.
Get 3 on the board.
Actually winnable.
Pretty
Ascent
disastrous
with this
outcome of
comp.
the deadlock.
Finally able to make a good rotation back to that A side. The deadlock util finally really paying off in one of those situations. Just stymieing UR up in heaven. But that is just a tale of
Ban him anyway.
speed, confidence from Zeta, flooding back in, fighting at the chokes and countering that agent perfectly.
The stage is set. It's a long climb for FlyQuest to take this series. 9-3 as Zeta Division lead healthily going into the
Also,
final
can we
stretch.
talk about some of the mods? I know Zerastix is here.
Can they get it done? Can they stay alive?
I know that, you know, I've seen 8Me2 in here. I've seen Mike in here. We have to ask the question. Are Canada Man and Nova Scotia, are they misogynists? We have to ask the question. I haven't seen them. Not once. Nightbot is always here. There's BDOS. I see BDOS. Bova banned someone? What about Canada Man? Okay, well, people are sticking up for Bova, so we can get Bova out there, but Canada Man? Haven't seen you in here, Canada Man. Canada Man? It's in his... Oh, here is Bova! Say the words and Bova Bova turns up. Bova, you're excused. We're on the Canada Man. I'm here, I'm very sick. Okay, that's fair enough. That's totally acceptable. We were just checking that you weren't a misogynist. But clearly you've apparently Bova is like fucking Beetlejuice. You say the name and you only have to say it once and Bova turns up.
Has to be immaculate.
Absolutely. It's so tough to straight up hit sights when you're Zeta Division against this comp. If you're trying to play with that fast early round pace, you might just run into the site where there's a bit too much of that Sentinel util to work around. You're just going to get stopped by the tripwires. Enemies, or rather, you know, some of your teammates might get stuck in the choke because of the stun from Deadlock.
Pay him out, TMV. It's over for FlyQuest. NA is a one-team region.
Those are the kind of dangerous situations they're going to need to avoid here. They're going to need to play with some patience at times.
I honestly, if we would have got a 10-2, I would have done it. But if I was then gambling on how many rounds FlyQuest would get, I'd probably go 10+.
Countered on that first half though, so you have to trust that they have an understanding of how to beat it here too. Camera dealt with immediately.
Like, because this is now going to be tough to attack into this. I mean, but then again, if Suzu's just going crazy, then maybe not. This is the kind of, like, if you're playing against double Sentinel here on Ascent, you kind of just need your duelist to be going crazy. You know, you need them to just win that first duel no matter what, and just kind of open up everything else. Which, to be honest, if Suzu's playing like this, 19-6, then that probably would happen. Where are all the EU mods? Ken is here. I just saw Ken. Does BDOS count as a EU mod? I guess they do.
Their own flash, unfortunately, just slightly
In still backing FlyQuest. Zeta got one knocked crowned in the scrim.
Well, we're about to see.
Gone down in main lace.
And there is Suzu down.
Big pick up there still. Zeta will be able to cross. They do have access to this A site. You are with the spike. Drop down the default location. It's going to be Serena to take contact, though. That's already one. Dodo responds. Now FlyQuest have the presence hit from heaven, and Day is going to drop down instantly into Moko's right click. Another for Moko. No, Dodo Nut shuts it down, but there's Arco. Almost
1v1, but 22 HP, one bullet. One classic body shot. Oh.
You are not going to be pinged out by that, but she gives away a position. This ping is everything. F has to clear that, but still was going to get lit. And UR knows there's no need to hurry. bides her time. A pistol win for Zeta would be backbreaking for FlyQuest. And she knows how much rests on this round. She'll play for time. Healthy with light.
Oh!
But F! What a headshot! I cannot overstate the importance of that one kill.
Did they have shields as well? Hold on. Did you have shields? You had shields?
She'll play for time.
You had shields?
But F! What a headshot! F might have saved the day here for Fly.
On the jump up, the new addition to Fly that have been with them in stage 3 after Lace had gotten that injury. Their first time competing in a game with the magnitude of this, the importance of this, and a must-win round. 1 versus 1. I'm so ready for it, reading it.
Go! Yeah, I want to win! Yeah!
I mean, I'm glad they do want to win. It's a fairly important game, actually, so that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's important of the year.
That was
Good job
crazy.
with the coach. You're glad to hear that, honestly, the way he's sweating bullets when we go to his cam.
The headsman's axe swooshes past FlyQuest for now. They get themselves a crucial pistol round. Donut on record says we
Early payoff FlyQuest. Tropical, do you want to get banned if they don't win?
some wind in their sails. Dodo should be able to hold this pretty comfortably now. Not a ton to force her off the line. Can Al drone this, of course. 0 point does much the same thing. Here is that deadlock wall. That's
Please
only
no.
main area though, so no split potential here for Zeta for the time being. Suzu's selling it.
At least in these first 2 rounds, that is where the barrier mesh has gone. Immediately being thrown by Lace. Pivot now to be with Suzu being left in mid on Trapwire to contend with, but down lane Zeta go trying to get into the site. A moment for Moko, got that headshot, but not going to be enough. Plant down will be decent for the economy.
Yeah, superior weapons here for FlyQuest to a lot of the heavy lifting. Starbound though just exposes himself.
Oh, nice try, that's
There
it.
it is, FlyQuest. Good little
Okay, they get the
conversion
spike
there on
down.
one pistol.
This is the big round now. You must win this, Zeta. You must win this. Otherwise, you are in a lot of trouble.
Outlaw will struggle to get value, at least in terms of body shots, though, with Zeta getting the plant down, having classics anyway. They're going to have the maxed out buy that they need here.
If there's any time for Donut to take over the game, it will be now.
God, the fucking Minima Ares goes hard.
On that first half. Oh, finally, Jovi's a little bit excited. But we did see on that first half, Zeta come out with an aggressive strat on their bonus round where they went for that tiles push down mid. See if Fly has anything else similar in store for us, anything similar like that, but doesn't seem to be the case. Just content playing around.
Oh, it does not.
These trip setups.
Zeta fancy a bit of mid control off the rip here. Ev will be passively jump peeking this.
Yeah, they don't actually have any of that Sentinel utility play for passive info gain in mid, so Ev is required to go for the jump spots and eventually use this drone. Might get spammed through the wall if it ascends right there. I mean, so dangerous right there, honestly.
Lucky that, yeah, that was big that they got the tag, otherwise could have been in trouble.
We'll have another crack at this as well off this recon. You are going to clear it straight away.
We've seen multiple people there.
So Zeta get through.
Okay, they used GravNet a bit prematurely, but then we used Dash actually, so gonna need to go for an A split now.
Still some of this deadlock utility, both for the entry points over to A. Sonic
Now you've got Cypher Cam, so by the time you see the Cypher Cam, you're gonna shoot and into the deadlock stuff. Or just into the deadlock stun in general.
Obscured a bit by that smoke coming through from Suzu.
Smoke thrown down towards tree that really just makes it possible to play off.
Yeah, Suzu though, that's the kind of entry I'm talking about, right? You just gotta be able to do that.
FlyQuest though with some weird weaponry. Again, the bonus for them here.
And that.
They're not really able to convert much on that at all. Lace and Dodo playing from heaven here, that's it. Zeta, if they can get a perfect gun round here, get rolling, get to 10. Could spell disaster for the NA squad.
22 for 8 right now from Suzu. Again, just want to repeat that. Coming into this tournament, her lowest rated agent of all the duelists, and has stepped up to this level.
And now they wait. FlyQuest know, of course, they're going to buy for the next, but can they do some economic damage? Very good timing on the cloud burst there, forces a very wide swing, and Lace and Dodo will be handled. Zeta keep every
Coming up the other way.
in the next round.
Of the utmost importance, and now for this, there is that null command that they've been working towards getting into the hands of Akko. Fly need to be ready for this. They need to have the tripwires set up on one side of the map and that Sentinel who set them on the other side of the map. So when the execute comes in, they're not going to actually be turned off.
Okay, 10-5. That was the crucial one. You must win that, and they win it cleanly as well, which is going to help because that means that they can lose a round and still have a buffer.
Their players towards A. This is the kind of standard play that you want to go for. You have to be aware of tracking that null command when you're playing this double senti comp.
Off deep in A.
Something they've definitely ran up against many times in scrims. They're ready to deal with this.
So ticking the box for FlyQuest
slightly
there.
missed
They
all
make the
out,
right adaptation here into an null command round. Take flight. Still a few more boxes to check, but look, they got Dodonut with an operator. They're fully bought up, and with a Nodin as well.
Early Sova drone. And
not quite hitting that sonic sensor.
But they know it's, well, actually no, yeah, that's tough. I was like, wait, surely it's not there, right? That was a lot of sport. And unfortunately, it is there, and we'll continue to get some of that.
Still just Suzu again. And now into the KO ult.
What a blunder. Molly down, 4 spawn, they can't do a thing, can't even really spam through on this.
Moko can catch the cross. This is so devastating. 1 and 2 for
There you go. Zoltok's in shambles.
come off for FlyQuest.
And I think you got to save.
This could be it right here.
No option but to save. They can't even teleport across. I mean, if ZETA really wanted to get crazy, they could have tried to punish that. But no, they don't. I mean,
you have to save.
They just want to retain their weapons, play this intelligently. Yeah, there's no option but save for Dodo. That up next round, gonna have to ring out. Dodo has not been able to really get too much going on this map.
I think you had to be more proactive with the up there. I think going for this deep A, whilst you have a deadlock here as well, just get your op, put it in like B main, or put it, you know, somewhere trying to be aggro in mid. Like, don't have it be like super pastoral here.
Snatches another rifle away. Dodo needs to live.
She's got to get that up, and Moko's going to go looking for this. Dodo, can she hold on to it? Yeah, Moko opts to check Hell instead, so Jet maintains the weapon.
Timeout.
We're going to talk about this. Timeout for FlyQuest right now. FlyQuest are not using much util to cover mid, right? But they were using Ev to jump peek it from spawn. That round, Ev is in market, checking that raw with an Odin in hand.
Yeah, that is a critical error. Maybe thinking that there was a cam on that or something, but the cam was over on A where there were multiple players. Some kind of miscommunication as far as the setup.
Timeout. What is it, 11-5? You're on a pretty bad buy. You probably have to force. I think you've got to do more in mid. I think you've got to be aggro in mid to then have, you know, make them go into Cypher on one side, Deadlock on the other.
FlyQuest high pay.
Zoltok's team better than FlyQuest? No team led by Zoltox is better than... I mean, I think we could put 5 chatters together. Who was the guy from the Throw City Clash? If we get him, what was he called? Something Man. He was something man. What was he called from the Throw City Clash on the winning team? Firebuckle Man. Firebuckler Man, yes. Get Firebuckler Man in there.
Series, all of the momentum, a nearly insurmountable economic lead. ZETA will never be on an eco in this.
There could be a fast hit towards A, and there's no deadlock util set up to stop. There's no wall early. Up comes ZETA, just walking on in.
And with that dark cover
he's almost
down,
top 10 Radiant right now.
With that operator and tree obscured, goes out with the dash.
Oh, Firebuckler Man?
Try and find a shot.
Susie gets across here. Dodonut's not involved in the fight. She's out in the open. Brought down. She's able to find one of the very
okay, nice kill. Big kill. They're not out. The spike's down. You're one off Omenal. You have to go and pick up the ult, no? You have to go B, pick up the ult, pick up the spike.
With the spike down, it's switch. Dodo going in.
FlyQuest have weapons as well. They
Well,
can
they're just actually going.
TPs into her own smoke. Wins that out. How does she win that? A second as well. Oh my goodness, Moko.
Oh my god, how have they won that?
FlyQuest are broken.
Right against him and throw City. She's really a shotgun only
How
brim.
do they get in like that? How does Moko adjust the movement with the crosshair like that so perfectly? Wide in the open, swinging out.
Oh, you've got to win that FlyQuest. This is a must win.
Into her own smoke. perfect shots. Look at that.
The drop down there for Ev as well.
And that is Moko having a quiet map too, dragging the team through some round wins on Haven where they lost. But now returning to 4
NA Keck.
blank on the pride around.
This is Valorant.
Joey, thanks for the 21 months.
Who do you have for next game?
My prediction would be Giants, but then again, I predicted FlyQuest for this, so I don't know.
First series win for Japan at an international event for Suzu returning. They are closer than they've ever been.
Suzu gets up mid again. No Sentinel util, but 3 pairs of eyes from FlyQuest watching this line. Leaves them pretty thinly spread elsewhere. Suzu might have a tailwind out of this.
Oh, nice.
The drone gets cleared
Oh, this is possibly a kill.
Gonna go for the Hunt's Fury. Suzu with
Oh,
doesn't win it out. Thea's gonna be there.
good thing they had backup there.
Heavy stack towards mid pays off.
So this is what I was talking about before. This is kind of what I think they needed to do before.
Dark cover goes down.
Have Cypher on one side, Deadlock on the other, and go 3 players mid. And force them to just do execs into these Sentinels. Hope that they can delay long enough that you get there.
Real danger to falling there.
You are with some of her own, but that's an out drone that gets stopped short. Lace will clear it all. She doesn't even care about the dark cover.
And the thing is that dark cover just doesn't matter when the sonic sensor is up on Cat as well. I mean,
grabbing it as well. Gonna be hit over towards the B side for ZETA, limping a little bit now. Arco and you are a little low. Starbound emerges immediately from the cyber cage though and takes that kill. Mineral Theft gonna show all. And ZETA Division
I mean, this is fine for Zeta though. Like, you've got so many chances. Your Rico's so good as well.
Has to put it together with UR.
Just need to have a big ult round.
To win the map here. Almost impossible. 10 seconds left of the round. Perhaps some economic damage. As Zeta have plenty of money to spend here. Plenty to try and keep Fly low. That's 4 guns.
So you just want a big ult round. Basically, save your ults, wait for 1 round, Killjoy lockdown, Sova ult, KO ult, you know, pop it all in one. They were all in 1 round, use the 3 big ults, and win a round.
On this defensive half, finally, at least just for a moment. But still, as mentioned earlier, after that timeout that Joe
Timeout Zeta?
taking a look at the game in total.
I mean, that's what I would say. If I was Zeta here, like, chill. You got 6 chances. I would say, don't use this until we get this. Start farming this as quickly as we can, possibly. And then we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, right? And in that round, just pick a site, whatever site you want. KO ult on. With a Sova ult, I would say. KO ult, Sova ult, take the site into lockdown post plant. I'd say A is probably your better way of doing it, because they have to use their ults, right? FlyQuest, as soon as they're in any danger in any round, they have to pop their ults ASAP, because obviously they can't afford to lose. So they're probably just going to pop their ults as soon as they get them. So if you can get a Killjoy lockdown round where they don't have a Sova ult, which they've just used their Sova ult, so yeah, get your ults online. Get this before they get this, and you win.
Absorb as well for UR in main to just be 1 away from the Hunter's Fury.
You're gonna go for a fast B exec.
Utility, the defensive setups from the trips from Fly. There is nothing over on B. Nothing.
And that's where Zeta are going to press here. Paranoia. Signals a fast hit. Suzu with the Cloudburst thrown down. She still wants to go for a Blade Storm. Ev eviscerated. Suzu wants more. Still hungry, but Arco gets involved as well. And that's a meal that's being shared. Player advantage here for Zeta. Not quite into the B side yet. Suzu wants to play up towards
4v3.
Might have spotted Dodo. She wants it. Backs away.
Oh, they got. Can you get her out?
Yes. UR has to reload, can't do too much about it, but Arco gets the plant down.
Suzu's dead.
To land this plane, and Suzu gets caught for
3v3.
They'll have to deal with these players in B main. This setup
Have a flashback site. What a great smoke.
It's going to be a late wrap from Moko into the retake as well.
0 point there. He's got to see everything. 3 players now coming. They know. Zeta are ready for it, but is that going to be enough? Flash out.
Oh!
1 and 2. 3 for Arco, and Starbound stays alive. It's Moko. From a hitherto unknown position. Starbound does not have the information about this positioning and is going to go for it.
Gets half. Oh, GG.
For GCC 24, Japan have finally arrived.
Suzu has finally been able to win a series at a GCC. The second attempt here, the second attempt in Berlin as well.
Wow, GG.
It took 4 tries and they've overcome one of NA's best. And sadly for Fly, out in 2. For Thea and Starbound running it back, not able to get their first victory here. It was tough goings for them.
Tough. But Benji Fishy's arm hair, FlyQuest Red. You're the first team off the sheet, unlucky. Zerastics is Zeta Division. Zeta Division. Survive another day. They carry on. Now, I am going to end the stream. There is another game. If you want to watch it, go and watch it. But I am ending the stream today. I'll be back tomorrow, though. We'll get to watch... I'm pretty sure they'll play again, right? Zeta? Yeah, Zeta will play Team Falcons tomorrow. First game tomorrow, too, so... I'll be back then for that game. Hopefully my shoulder isn't fucked at that point still. Goodbye.